Good morning. How are you, gamers? Gamers it's just the best way to address people. I call everybody gamers, even like it's pretty irrelevant if they play video games or not. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Hello. Hello. Everybody can be a gamer because like we all play the game of life, don't we? We do. Like, as long as you're seeing this with your human eyes, currently, at the moment, it don't even need to be human, as long as you're registering my voice, you are playing the game of life, because you're not dead. So, in a sense, we're all gamers in this way, nicht wahr? Hello, hello, hi Purple, hi Chris. Actually, got the alert for once, hell yeah, slay, major slay. Hi StreamElements, also I saw Angel Tail here earlier. Hello to you as well. Hi Leute, hi Greed. Hi Seppo. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Ich begrüße mich zu Tuesday Newsday. Welcome to Tuesday Newsday, everybody. Hello, how are we doing today? We all play the game of life, and we're all mid at it. Yeah, not that many people are that great at it, but you know, we play the game of life and we lose. We're all somewhere, but I mean, I feel like the only fail state that the game of life has is death. So you're not quite there yet. At least there's that, right? At least there's that. Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about Cenat a lot. We're gonna be talking about XQC a good amount, and then we have some other stuff as well. But those two big talking points. Hello Caliban, hello Sarah Sad. Sarah Sad? Yes. X is good. We could do X, but X is also Twitter's name. Hello. Hi, Bloodbags. Now, Bloodbags would be way more derogatory for a fan name, but it would be funny. Also, hello. Should I just say Ian now? Would you prefer Ian now? Who's Cenat? Well, I'll tell you. And why is their name so funky? It's a good name. I like the name. So just like based off of vibes, already pretty good. But from what I've heard about Cenat in general, not so great. But we'll get into it. He's a streamer. He's like one of the biggest streamers, if not the biggest streamer on Twitch at the moment. Which is always funny to me when I don't watch any of their content, but I have heard of him, so it's not like I don't know him or anything, but a lot of people don't. That's the thing. There's a lot of people on planet Earth, and somebody can be the biggest entertainer in category, and you can have never heard of them before, and it's still true. Because there's so many people on Earth who are, in fact, watching them and are fans. Oh no, Cenat is not a politician, not at all, although some are claiming he did a leftism recently. Spoilers for the segment. I wouldn't go along with saying that. He did the greatest leftism of our time, in fact. With zero political motivation behind it whatsoever. Oh well. How are you doing though? Based? Sadly, not really, no. No. not actually based, sadly, no. How are you all doing? It's Tuesday. I hope you're well. I did stream yesterday. Yeah, any type of rioting is obviously always a leftism, hence why football games that go out and, you know, start tearing shit up in town is always a leftism. Always, every time, right? We know this. Yeah, he just wanted to have, like, fun, I guess. I don't really know what his motivation was behind it, but we'll be looking at it once we get to that. No worries about that. I still have to fix my schedule because Sunday is not happening, so instead we're just gonna do it on Friday. It's a pretty simple change, and it only affects Friday and Sunday, but I should still change it. Potentially, maybe I'll do it on stream so I don't forget, because then I would certainly not forget, but we'll see. Since the title of the stream mentions AI, I just felt the need to say that I saw and listened to AI Gura covers of Filipino songs yesterday, and they unironically slapped. That is a truth. Sad question mark truth. Sometimes the AI covers kind of slap. I mean, I'm a Vocaloid listener. I'm very much attuned to this sort of thing. I've seen J-Schlatt AI covers a good amount. Do they kind of wicked suck at certain places in the song? Yeah, but does it make him sort of better by how much they are bad at replicating certain vocal whatever ranges? I guess the range is the problem with them. Yeah, it kind of makes it funnier. Motivation. He was giving out a PS5, but like, why did he do it publicly like that? I don't know the background of all of that. Like, why did you announce it in that sort of way? Did you have any like intentions behind that, or were you just doing things? Maybe you were just doing things. Good morning, Calix. Did you watch the clip, by the way, yesterday that I sent you from yesterday's stream? Do you know Maruki's backstory now? We cannot discuss it in great detail though, because this is not spoiler town. We're not living in spoiler town right now. Also, hello, Joestar. Look at your shiny little badge. Every time one person with like the shiny badge comes in, I'm like, hell yeah, I did make that. That looks very nice. It's also concerning that the AI sounds very much like the real Gura too. Yeah, I can see that. AI can sometimes sound really, really good, which is not great. I was too distracted with guest, and then Alice Madness returns. No worries. I was just wondering. I want the input. I want to talk about our wives. Well, mainly that wife. The other wife we've talked about enough, I think. I know enough about the other wife. Anyway. Yeah, I just woke up a couple hours ago. 2 hours ago, actually, specifically. I caught a stupid tree in Pokemon Sleep. Do you guys have Pokemon Sleep? Anybody have Pokemon Sleep aside from Calix? I know I do. And I caught the stupid tree. I didn't really want to catch the tree because I don't like the tree. The tree looks stupid. I have no no warmth in my heart for the tree. But yet he was the only new one that showed up when I woke up. So okay, fine. I'll catch the stupid tree. Who cares? I have the stupid tree now. The tree offers me a new ingredient though. I'm kind of excited about that. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. No Pokemon Sleep for you. That's fair enough. I think this is probably horrendous for my battery life. I'm not gonna lie. I think this game is the one thing that's gonna mega destroy my battery life. I just wanna... The stupid tree isn't even giving me his ingredients. Rude. Hi, Nessie. Hello. Still not sure what to think about Pokemon Sleep. Fair. It's kind of like... Okay, it's supposed to help you track your sleep, and that's good, because if you're aware of how much you're sleeping, that makes you pay more attention to getting good sleep in, probably. Yeah, the new Pokemon game, Pokemon Sleep. But I do think it will fucking wreck your phone battery, won't it? Because it, like, constantly records audio in your sleep. So when the fuck is your phone supposed to rest? Not at all? I guess not at all. The mechanic of Pokemon Sleep is, before you go to sleep, you say, hey, I'm gonna go to sleep, to the app, and then it does that. Also, you can collect Pokemon, of course, and you can like cook for your little Snorlax that you have in the middle of your screen at all times. It's cute. It is cute, but I hope that I bounce off of it soon because, like I said, what are the consequences for my battery life? I don't even want to know. Oh, you got one of the bird ones today. That's very slay. That's very slay. And the Spheal. Spheal. I have a Spheal too. I named him, I think I named him Mozart. For some reason. I cannot tell you why. I named all the other ones after Persona characters, but then I ran out of suitable Persona characters to name them after. Or rather, you know, like, nobody had the vibe that fit, alright? Pokemon Absolute Surveillance! Oh my god, I can't wait to download the app. Also, hi Warren, welcome, by the way. I don't need Pokemon or an app. I just need Zecke to lull me to sleep. I will do that. I will do that. I am there for you, people who are in the Australia-adjacent time zones, for whom it is the evening right now. I can definitely provide these services for you. Before the pandemic, Pokemon Go. After the pandemic, Pokemon Sleep. I definitely see a connection. I mean, yeah, you couldn't have released fucking... You couldn't have released Pokemon Go during the pandemic. Imagine that. It's like, Pokemon Go, out now, next week. Pandemic, don't leave the house. Man, that would have sucked, but no, it was like wave before the pandemic, yeah. They've been working on Pokemon Sleep for a little while. I guess Pokemon just wants to kind of... Pokify every aspect of your life. I cannot wait for Pokemon Breathe and Pokemon Eat and Pokemon Eat I could actually see though in like a diet tracking app, but it's Pokemon. So like you tell them, I don't know what type of, like kind of like MyFitnessPal or that stupid stuff. You could have one with Pokemon, and if you eat food that are specifically super duper good, nutritious, whatever. I mean, you can always lie, but you can always lie. Then the Pokemon that like that food a lot show up. Actually, I think that's a good idea. I think we should do that. Hey, Niantic, or whoever makes these games. Game Freak? Niantics? I don't know. Come on. Let's go. Let's bounce off ideas off of each other. I think I would be a great idea guy for Pokemon, for the Pokemon franchise. If that had happened, Nintendo would have been all, whoopsie, whoopsie, my bad, whoopsie. Hey Mike, hello, good morning. Is Pokemon Sleep already connected to Pokemon Go? Not that I know of. Now, the thing is, I don't play Pokemon Go anymore, but I think they're not connected. But it would make sense if they would, like, connect. I thought about this today, actually. This morning when I woke up, I was like, what if you could connect the two? Because now I'm kind of like, okay, I'm playing Pokemon Sleep. What if I play Pokemon Go again? Pokemon Go was kind of goated with it. It was kind of fun. And some people in, like, my extended friendship circle have been getting into Pokemon Go again. So, you know, Legends will remember me. I am Legends. I do remember you. How's the music making going? See, I actually remember you, and I'm not just lying. Hi, Demo. What's what? Also, Pokemon Sleep? No, it's real. It's real. You put it. You install the app. You put your phone on your mattress when it's time to go to sleep, and then your phone somehow is supposed to be able to track your sleep cycles. Now, do I think that that is partially bullshit? Yes, I do. Cause like, how does the app know which noise is me moving? Because, like, they track it via noise, I'm pretty sure. Like, how else would the phone fucking track your movements in your sleep? How does the phone know it's me moving versus it being the street outside? Because I sleep with the window open and I'm, like, I live next to a pretty, like, central street of my town. And, every 15 minutes, starting at 5 a.m., the fucking tram's gonna go. And it's loud as shit. Does the phone think that that's me moving around? Or does the phone think, oh, yeah, that is traffic and that has nothing to do with me? I don't know. But don't play Pokemon in the church. Why not? Homyak, I think that's a good idea. The street makes different noises than a person sleeping. Yeah, but does the phone know that? Does the phone know that? How far do they... how does the app analyze your noises? I don't know. I legitimately do not know. Like, how advanced are their algorithms to determine what is a person noise and what is a street noise and what is a mattress noise and what is a dog coming into the room and jumping on top of you noise? So many noises. Oh, Sokolovsky was arrested for playing Pokemon in the church? Well, damn, they take that shit seriously. I'll post it in art, a thing in the art section later. Hell yeah, give it. Hand it over. Hand it over. I'm pretty sure filtering the frequency is pretty easy. So, like, if they're loud enough, maybe they wouldn't count anymore. I don't know. Just provide the AI with a compilation of Zecke noises. That will do it. I don't know. I turned off the recording feature because the first night I was like, oh god, that takes probably like so much battery to record stuff. Also, when I tried to listen back to the actual recordings, it just showed me absolutely nothing. It was silence. It recorded absolute silence. So I decided, okay, I don't need that. Actually, hello Sprenny, welcome. I think nowadays technology does know the difference. That's not very hard. If you really want to know, I bet you can look up a few articles on the web. I guess we could. I mean, we have time. We could do that. How does... I'm getting to my Google. We're gonna jump over the fucking docket first because this is what we're talking about and I'm sincerely interested in that. Google. Google. How does Pokemon Sleep work? Yeah, work is okay. Using your phones... so it doesn't track it with noise at all. Accelerometer? Because, like, your phone can track your steps as well. So it knows if you're shaking it around and stuff. God, how much do you have to move in order to move your phone while you sleep? I mean, it's supposed to be on your mattress. Gotta catch them Z's! So true. Thank you, Oscar. Yes, leave me alone. Don't contact me. Is there a compilation of Zecke noises out there? Not by me. Somebody needs to be dedicated enough to make that themselves, I suppose. They do have the material. I do upload the material, don't I? Instead of staying up all night playing video games to catch Pokemon, now you can sleep. That's cool. I don't care. When does it come out? It already did. How does it work? Thank you very much. That's where I wanted to go. Hi, who's that gamer? Welcome. If another Zecke from a parallel world fought you, who would win? Depends. Does the Zecke in the parallel world did they catch leprosy while I was, like, just vibing? Or did they work out a lot while I was just vibing? I mean, there's an infinite amount of universes, so one of them has leprosy and one of them worked out. Depending on which one comes to fight me, that will determine the outcome. Pokemon Sleep uses your phone's accelerometer to detect your movements while sleeping. Players will have to put their phones on their bed or pillow. That does not work for me. Yeah, I couldn't do pillow. So that I can pick up the movements. Huh. Okay, so it's not sound based at all. It's just they also track sound because you can let them, like, if you go into your app, you can make them show you a sound graph thingy. I can show you that, sure, why not? I could. It's autoplay, yeah. I mean, it plays when you sleep. Sleep data. Can I show you my sleep data? Oh, today I got good sleep. Today I got pretty good sleep. And this one looks fairly accurate. Wait, I'll send you my good sleep, okay? So I can brag about how good sleep I get. Does it really get that loud? I'll send you screenshots. They should be non-incriminating. Didn't think they'd use the accelerometer for sleep tracking app. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I didn't even think about that, but wow, that fucking meter must be way more sensitive than I thought it would be. Because, I don't know, I would have just assumed that they only track, like, your beak steps. They use it for beak step. I didn't think they needed to be this, like, I want to save this as 1. No, I don't want to save it into taxes. That is not the folder that I want to save it into at all. Thank you very much. I'll just save it into pictures instead. I just sleep like a just sleep like a mummy on your back with your arms crossed over your body. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I do that. I've had very, like, varying results in this sleep tracking thing. So we're gonna open up this one first, Monday. Thank God I didn't really check if this was too detailed. This is the kind of, like, graph that it gives you. I got like 8 hours of sleep, I think. That's pretty good. You can see time taken to fall asleep. It goes quickly. So the thing is, I don't think that this is how sleep works. Honestly, I don't know if this is how sleep works necessarily. You have a folder named taxes? I do have a folder named taxes where I store my tax-based documents. I know. Crazy. My sleep is terrible, so I drag down our Pokemon average. Not gonna catch anything if you have terrible sleep. So dozing, barely any. Snoozing, 22%, and slumbering, 76% today. So I just fell asleep immediately, and then I didn't move until it was 6 in the morning. That's when Tenchi gets up, so Tenchi wakes me up here, I guess. Yeah, and these are probably Tenchi occurrences, if I had to guess. And then, of course, at, like, around 10-ish is when I got up. Look at my fucking sleep time from 2... I mean, it's okay. It's 8 hours, right? From 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then I woke up. I always put the alarm at, like, here. I put the alarm at here so I can snooze for a little bit until I actually have to wake up. So that's that. I sleep deeply, I do, not much happens. But I don't know if this is really accurate, because, like, there should be more variation in this graph, I think, than just when Tenchi comes in, right? I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Try it out. Yeah, try it out. Show me. Post your screenshots. Post your screenshots in the Discord. I want to see how you sleep. A normal thing for a person to say to their audience. And this is the other graph. This is the other graph. This is the graph relating to noise. I'd like to... Nope, that's a thumbnail. I want to give you the graph. That's the same photo that I just showed you. We're getting there. Don't worry about it. This is the same thing, but this is the noise graph. It gets pretty loud. It gets pretty loud. I don't know what happened here. Maybe this is when Tenchi came in and not the earlier time. Maybe this was Tenchi time and this was just a random waking up. That's possible, I guess. Or, well, I mean, I didn't wake up. Went into dozing, I suppose, whatever that means. Look at me doing the real important talk. Gets pretty loud. Yeah, it's Tenchi barking, probably. 100 decibel? Is that bad? Yeah, and this was... I don't know. Oh, I think this was the alarm. This one is the alarm. Yeah, and then got real quiet. I mean, I guess that makes sense. 100 decibel is pretty loud. Bulldozing, that's the loud part. I mean... The trams are like... I think that's the 60 decibel. If you look at that, that's in pretty, like... in almost... like... a pattern that's pretty regular. Maybe that's the tram that goes outside. Obviously, there's less noise around here because the tram isn't there. And this is me, like, throwing my phone on the mattress after I press go to sleep. So that's loud for the phone, I'm sure. I don't know. Interesting. But the fact that it records, like, sound levels, how often does it have to record them? This is 1 hour. Does it just do, like, a little, like, test every now and then? Or does it just alert when the sound levels change? Either way, I wonder how much battery this takes. But yeah, that's my sleep. Pretty deep sleep. This is when my mom wakes up and Tenchi wakes up and Tenchi comes in and is like, hello, how are you? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm asleep. I don't really wake up when that happens, or at least not for a long amount of time. I have a single, I have 2 beds in my room for some reason. Well, I know for what reason, actually. I have a bed, normal bed, single size. I guess it's a twin size mattress, right? Probably. What are mattress sizes? This is the longest stun lock ever, and I'm barely sorry. Mattress size guide Germany. I don't know how specific I need to be. Also spelled mattress wrong. I don't know. Twin size is pretty small. Twin is small, yeah. Twin is the smallest size, at least here. I guess it depends on where you get your names from. I haven't measured. It's a meter wide, yeah, but I don't know how long it is specifically. I guess it's probably a twin single, I would assume. I mean, it's definitely none of the other ones. It's one of these 2. The fuck is that? 2 meters long? I mean, approximately. I always do measure it with 2 meters, so maybe it's like twin XL or something. Okay, yeah. Yeah, anyway, so I have like this, but I have 2 of them, and I have one in a bed and one on the ground, and I sleep on the one on the ground because it's like, it feels colder. I don't know. Box spring bed is the best. Oh, you don't even want to know, like, the quality of my mattresses. The mattress in the bed, I need centimeters. Yeah. I guess these are like the official sizes, or as official as it gets. The bed in my actual bed frame, it has those little like springs in it, right? And you can feel them, but I don't mind. I don't think that's too bad. But the one on the floor is really like much more firm, which is probably good. But that's also why I'm wondering, how can the phone even move? Because the mattress doesn't really, like, it doesn't dent a lot when you like stand, or well, when you lay on it. When you stand on it, of course, the pressure is more localized upon one area, so that'll dent a bit more. And it's like pretty firm. The other one is less firm, so maybe the sleep tracking would be more accurate in my actual bed, but I haven't been in my actual bed in a while. I'm just on the mattress. Because I prefer the mattress at the moment. What can I say? I'm living the I'm living the fucking broke lifestyle to the max by just sleeping on the mattress on the floor instead of the actual bed that I do have that's like right behind me. Tenchi sleeps on that more often than the actual mattress, I think. So, you know. Foam or spring? The one of the mattresses is spring and the other one is foam, I'm pretty sure. Yes, so both. But the one I'm currently on is foam, I think. Anyway, don't spoil us. We're gonna go over the docket now. Now that we've gotten through this fucking sleep and mattress stun lock. Apparently 3 chairs in a row is enough for me to sleep on. Let's go! You're like, do you know that TikTok sound / meme where it's comparing 2 types of plants? One needs very specific soil acidity or it will wilt, and the other one is like, concrete. I too am a concrete type sleeper. I could sleep on the floor most times. Yeah, the floor is fine. Do I need a blanket? If it's very cold, sure, I would like a blanket, but otherwise, if I'm tired enough, I can sleep absolutely anywhere, and usually I am tired enough, so... Yes, honest answers. Did Tenchi take your bed? He's small, we can share, but he is currently the main resident of the actual bed when he is sleeping here. I mean, at night he sleeps in my mom's room, so he isn't here. So it's not even a competition. I just prefer the mattress on the ground. Hi, Wolfie, welcome. We have a lot of linkies to get through. Yeah, I'm gonna spoil you with one of these tweet screenshots because I just put that in there, but that's okay. I can be your blanket. That sounds very uncomfortable. Gotten too old for the floor. My back starts hurting. How old? Nah, don't dox yourself. It's fine. But, like, it depends. God. Yeah, actually, another stun log that I don't have on the docket. It does look kind of long, but that's because of this tweet screenshot. I wanted to tell you about something else that I wanted to illustrate in Paint. So, sometimes I paint. Did you know this? You might have that knowledge. So, I have a canvas that I think is, like, a meter by a meter tall, approximately. I don't know. Maybe a bit more than a meter, but it's pretty tall. So I laid this canvas on the, it's pretty tall and pretty wide because it's a square. So much is clear. So I laid this canvas on the ground and decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna paint on paint stream. Yes. I mean, I could. That might be fun. Maybe we can try that out. If I actually plug in my, what's it called? Graphics tablet. It doesn't have working drivers, really, but it works okay enough. You can use it. It just doesn't have pressure sensitivity. But that doesn't exist in Paint anyway, so I would not be hindered by it. This is the canvas. It's on the ground. I'm trying to paint on it. I'm painting with red watercolor because I've run out of acrylic paints. So, whoopsie, I guess. That's a bit of a whoopsie. But maybe I'll get some more. I want it to be mixed media. So how would you paint this? You should probably stand it up, right? Wouldn't that be a better way to paint this? Then you can like sit in front of it and paint on top of it. Wouldn't you think? Well, maybe, but with watercolor, if you paint like that, if it's like standing upright, it's all gonna run down and pool at the bottom and stain your floor. I've had this situation multiple times. It's not great. So for the first layer, where I put a lot of water on it, I'm like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's lay it down instead so it doesn't drip everywhere. Very smart. Now, however, if I stand here, I can like, I did this pose for a little bit. You know, for the details, I would stand here kind of like, here's my foot. Yeah. Kind of like this. And then I bend over. This is where my hand was located. This is where my shoulders are. I'm looking down. I am looking at the painting. And this is the hand that has like the brush in it. And this is how I'm painting the paint. Like a normal person. It's very creature coded, all of this painting process is. But that's not the worst one. Now this one looks almost like we're doing acrobatics, honestly. And it kind of was. But I have an even worse pose that I would like to share with you, which was, again, kind of like a wide stance. I think it was kind of a wide stance, but maybe not as much. And then I just went like this, you know? This is my spine. This is my head. I look down at the painting. I put one hand on my back, like Goethe. You know how Goethe always walked around? And then with the other hand, I will paint. Also, other foot is still over here, probably, for better, like, stability. This is my other hand. That is not okay. That is not how anyone should paint. Nobody should be painting like this. My poor back. Is there more absorbent canvas so it doesn't run? Or so you can... I can paint. I will paint with it standing up once I get my acrylic paints again. Also, like, if I don't put that much water, it's not gonna run as much, so it's fine. Also, yeah, the canvas is kind of shitty. If I had a better canvas, maybe I wouldn't have these problems to begin with. But, you know, we work with what we've got, and I had this thing laying around for a long time, so I started to finally work on it. So, yeah. Looks like a real artist, though, right? With the fucking weird-ass hand on your back and everything. I mean, you gotta. If I want to paint the top of it, I need both of my hands. So, like, you gotta do, like, it's basically like Twister. Twister. But with a twist. It's art. Twister. How can I put, like, the T around here? Wow! It's Art Twister! That's amazing! Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Also, Tenchi just went onto the bed that I just told you about that I don't use anymore because Tenchi uses it. Yep, that is me. So yeah, I'm painting that, and maybe I'll give you updates on that every now and then. Especially if I get acrylic paints again, that I might be able to actually make some more progress on it, because watercolors, you know, I don't have like, you would need so much water and so much paint that I don't have to cover this whole canvas. I need more acrylic paints, otherwise we're not gonna get very far. You know, and then I'm gonna stand it back up again when I continue working on it later, and then I'll just sit in front of it. Also back pain inducing, by the way, because I sit like this, you know, and then I like paint like that. That's the paintbrush, obviously. It's also not great for my back. Is this too big? I feel like, nah, this thing is pretty big. Maybe not this big, but like, it is pretty big. I can't do a straight line downwards, so let's just not do that. Yeah. You mean his bed? Yeah, sorry, I mean his bed, obviously. I have a fancy idea. How about using a table? That would require a table that is not completely full with absolute garbage and bullshit, which... I don't know how to tell you this, but those don't exist, actually. They are a myth. You think there's tables around that are empty in this economy? Actually, though, I could kind of I have an almost empty like shelf thing right now. Right now the painting is stood up, and there's like a shelf, a bookshelf, like how tall is it? Like a meter, maybe less than a meter, 90 centimeters. This is 1 meter tall, and the bookshelf ends here, so maybe it's like 90 centimeters, 80 centimeters tall. The bookshelf is there, so I could put it on top of the bookshelf, and then I could paint while standing, but then I couldn't reach the top of the canvas anymore, because if the top of the canvas is 1.90 meters, that would be kind of annoying as well. But I guess I could like move it around. Painting while standing sounds like a good idea, though. See, you could also get an easel, obviously. That would be a solution that you could come to, like just get an easel. Yeah, but like I don't want to get an easel. I can place it on the floor. I've always placed them on the floor. I've been fine with that. That's been my strategy for long enough. So yeah, that is the situation that we're dealing with right now. It's a giant portrait, which is great, because if you walk into the room, and there's just a giant face looking at you, absolutely amazing experience. 10 out of 10. Would do again. Because sometimes you forget, the more realistic it gets. I mean, it's not supposed to be like super realistic or anything, but the more realistic it gets, the more off-putting it's gonna become, walking into this room and having this portrait stare straight at you. Now, do I love that? Yeah, of course. I'm a big fan of this. Otherwise I wouldn't be painting it, would I? Is it still surprising me every now and then when I do enter the room? Yes, I do. Even your doodles are better looking than what I can make. Yeah, this is my art about the art analysis piece thing, whatever, drawn with mouse. You can buy it for $50. There you go. Here, $50 for some reason. I don't even take dollars. Yes, this here, $50. This thing I would not sell for $50. That would have to be a little bit more expensive than that. I too do the reliable sitting on the floor shrimp position. It's perfect for painting. What do you mean? It's perfect. Really, what's with VTubers being able to draw, at the very least decently? I can't draw to save my life. There is some VTubers who don't know how to draw. Not everybody knows how to draw, but I mean, VTubing is a pretty artistic field, so maybe that's why people tend to be able to draw in the field, I guess, maybe. Especially those who make their own models, of course, yeah. Is that this modern art that people talk about? I mean, by definition, no. By definition, no, and even by style, no. Not quite, but you know, we're not talking about art today, are we? No, we could be. There is art stuff to talk about too. I want to talk about art stuff more generally, but alas, not today. I don't think so. I have some funny stuff at the top of our docket talking about. This is our docket. Oh my god, we're gonna actually get into it after 30 minutes. Can you believe it? Yes, I can. This is our docket. We have things to talk about. We have some fun stuff that is not relevant to anything. There's some good news in here, I guess. Not that much. Then we have Cenat. We're going to be talking about Cenat. Enough. Then we're going to be talking about AI, because I saw a TikTok that interested me. I found this TikTok to be quite interesting, and I wanted to show it to you and maybe say a word or two about it. Then we're going to look at Ethan and XQC talking. Now, the whole debate is 3 hours something long. I will not be looking at all of that. That would be, I couldn't possibly. But there's highlights on Twitter and TikTok, so we're fine. Also, this is the first Destiny clip I've ever seen in my life, and I'm gonna share it with you because it was quite funny in context. Obviously, it's in context. You can tell what the clip is about. And then we have a fun little like Germany news, AfD news article that's absolutely baffling at every point. I love that, of course, when it's talking about AfD politicians, there is a little headline underneath, like a sub-headline that just says, charged with sedition. As always, if you're an AfD political figure, you gotta be charged with sedition at least once. And we could watch a ref video if we have time at the end of the day, because the last 2 videos that he uploaded both look like they're a feast for commentary. Yep, and that's the docket. Destiny the streamer, probably. Yes, Destiny the streamer, not Destiny the game. Although I've never seen a clip of Destiny the game. No, I have actually. I've watched the I Hate Everything video on Destiny. That is what the game is called. I'm not mixing them up with something else, right? I'm pretty sure. That is like the shooter with like the expansion packs, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Maybe that doesn't narrow it down at all, but yeah, that one. Games as service type stuff. I want to show you literally me on TikTok first, though. This is important. Thank you very much. Please observe. Literally me. Also, are you like loud as fuck? Yes, you are. Okay. Can you not be loud as fuck? That would be appreciated. I don't think the music actually matters. So this guy, because it's a slideshow, this guy, literally me. Literally me. Look at him go. Oh my god, fresh foods. There he goes. There we go. 0 sugar, strawberry flavored Dr. Pepper. Never had it before, but his sheer reverence for this drink. That is literally me. Just imagine it's a monster can instead, and it's literally me. Look at him. Look at it. Cheers, mate! Enjoying his life. That's so me-coded. That is so me-coded. I knew it. Zecke is a boomer white male from the United States of America. At least I think so. Looked like an American store. Maybe it's British. I wouldn't even know. Literally me doxing myself. Yes. No, it's American. They use dollars. Yeah. The reverence he shows for this drink. It's just awe-inspiring, honestly. He's very jolly. He looks very jolly, doesn't he? Like, this is the kind of life that I aspire to lead. He's like, if I was 20% happier, that would be where I would be at, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, you just now noticed that my model has changed a lot? Yeah, it did. We did quite a bit of remodeling. But I'm gonna release a new outfit during birthday too, which I have started working on. Just haven't gotten very far yet. I should like this on this account too. Look at how many likes he got for this. As he should. As he should. Santa? Could be, right? He could be. Could be the Hat Man, could be Santa Claus. He reminds me of the Deutsche Bär meme. Only more jolly. I don't think I know the Deutsche Bär meme. But like, yeah, he is a bear. Yes. I think, by definition. Do you want to see baby? Oh my god, baby pictures. Of course I'm gonna show you these baby pictures. They're incredibly cute. Look at them. Ruben and Artemy, look at them. Hey Punished Princess, hello, welcome. We are still in the nonsense section of the news stream, but don't worry, we will get to actual talking points at some point. You're new here, welcome. Did you hear what happened with the lead singer of Lost Prophets? No, not at all. I don't know who that is. Look at the baby! The baby! I can't zoom into these pictures. Look at the baby. The baby. Habibis, yeah, well, but they're not ours, are they? They are his. But very, very Habibi coded. Especially that one. This image is so powerful. I cannot stop staring. What is going on in that mind? What is going on in that mind of his? I don't know, but they're extremely cute. Look at them. They're playing, I think. It's extremely adorable. Either way. Kittens. Also, you didn't know that Conyer and Wash live together? Well, now you do. Now you do. This is full gremlin mode. Yeah, gremlin mode has been engaged and so adorable. I love these little cats. They're crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room with rats. This is a... Oh god, I forget the name. It's a specific breed of cat. It does have hair, just not on his stomach. He's also a baby, so maybe he'll get more hair. Devon Rex, I think, is the name of the cat race. The cat race. That's not what it's called, bestie. Breed. They're called breeds. They're not called cat races. They're called breeds, dude. Yeah, but like, that's a Devon Rex, yes. Yes. Good babies. Very cute babies. Amazing babies. Khajiit. Yes, actually real Khajiits. Also, look at all that hair. God. If you have animals that have a lighter hair, don't be cat racist now. Yeah, I know. I'll try. If you have an animal that has light hair, oh my god, I'm so sorry for you. I am so sorry for you. Tenji has dark hair and it's already kind of like a problem on the floor because it looks like filthy when his hair is everywhere. But at least on my clothes, it doesn't look so bad because most of my clothes are very dark, so it just blends in. Also, he has dog hair. It doesn't really like cling to stuff as much as cat hair does. Oh, he got stabbed in prison and is currently in the hospital. Jesus Christ. That happens, yeah. Well, we have some good news, though. Did I immediately forget what the good news are? Yes. So we get to figure them out again. Oh, yeah. Breaking. I want to zoom into that a little bit so you have the ability to read along with me. Visual effects VFX workers at Marvel have filed for a union election with the National Labor Relations Board. If they're successful, VFX union will be the first visual effects professionals to unionize. Let's go! They're trying to unionize. That's good. Look at how goofy Marvel movies would look without them. So if they have a union, maybe they can join the strike as well. The still ongoing fucking writers and actors strike. I wished for the best for them. Marvel would not function without them, obviously. Imagine watching a movie and it just looks like this instead. Good for them. Disney will destroy them. I hope not. They had enough of too much CGI. I mean, they're being paid for CGI, aren't they? Visual effects? Visual effects is also CGI, isn't it? I don't actually know what visual effects incorporates. I'm pretty sure, yeah. It should be, right? We're the VFX workers joining with our entertainment colleagues to form VFX Yatsay. That's good. The Union for Production and Facility-Based VFX Workers. CGI is a part of that. You're remembering the people who've been around. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's nice. So I'm glad that they're unionizing. Go, do it. Thanos will still have a dumpy though. Well, at least as long as the Thanos dumpy is secured. God, Marvel movies have been something, haven't they? I haven't watched anything since Endgame, so I can't even actually comment on it. But Marvel movies in general are just like the most generic superhero slop that you can like think of. Unions, let's go! Friendship truly is power. Honestly true. What children's shows have taught us since the dawn of time is actually true. The power of friendship will prevail. I'm also closing the tabs where we googled mattress sizes. So there we go. Yeah, I'm not planning on watching anything that doesn't interest me. I already don't watch the things that interest me. So I should start with that before I go to stuff that isn't even interesting to me. Power, indeed. Good news too is minor good news, but it's funny. So I wanted to show it to you as well. Maybe not that loud. And you Magic! This is Las Vegas! Las Vegas in fucking Dresden, baby. Huh, it disappeared! How odd! Can we see that again? And hold me like that. Wow. Magic! How did they do that? I love these magicians. Now, I'm not always a fan of magicians, guys. As you know, maybe. I don't know if you know. As you might know, I don't really like magicians. Actually, I actively hate magicians. But these guys are the only exception. Their magic is real and honest and true. How did they make it disappear? I have no idea. This guy, fucking Dr. Kra, he just disappeared. I don't know how they did it. Weird. Odd. Crazy, even, perhaps. But you gotta applaud them for their efforts, don't you? I should follow them. I should follow them. I'm trying to follow more people with this account because maybe I'll post more on TikTok. And by post more, I mean, like, at all. Post at all. And yeah. What did magic do to you? Oh, I can explain to you. I know the trick. What do you mean? You couldn't possibly understand what this trick is. What? No way. Nah, yeah, problem with VFX, by the way, I wanted to read that, but then I went on to the magicians, is it's easier to outsource to somewhere without a union. What do you think? Well, I mean, then every single VFX artist just needs to join a union. Then there's no more left who don't have a union. Because union provides support for you. You should be in the union if you have one available to you. Won't share, though. It's a secret. Ah, dang it. Gosh dang it. We will never figure it out. Magicians. I hate magicians. Yes, and Kappa with the sonic hair. That's, of course, the blue hair works really well. It's very, like, it's a cool color scheme. The red is more iconic, though, obviously. Magicians, I fucking hate magicians, because magicians are just professional liars. Don't you, like, you would agree with me, right? Magicians go on stage and be like, woo, I'm doing magic, and I'm like, no, you're not. It's not magic. It's not real. You're just lying to me. Why are you a professional liar? And no, actors don't count, because that's like, okay, yeah, we know that. You're playing a character, you're playing a role, and that's different. That is not professional lying. Magicians, however, they're like, whoa, real magic, she's floating. She's not. That doesn't work. That doesn't exist. Why are you fucking lying to me, dude? I know this isn't real. Why are we all pretending that, whoa, this is real? It's not. I hate them. I hate them. Actors don't count. Actors don't count. The actors serve a different purpose. Magicians only serve the purpose of professionally lying to you. Magicians equals professional liars equals politicians. See, that's why I don't like those either. Yeah. I mean, what did you expect? I don't expect anything. Just don't do it at all. I don't need a substitute. I mean, if you are able to do real magic, then I would be more interested. Like, actual magic, you can do actual magic. The quartz can. So, like, if you want to do actual magic, or, I don't know, gymnastics, I guess. You could do, like, fun gymnastics. That's not magic, but, like, you can do other stuff on stage. You don't need to lie to me. I don't think you need to lie to me, is all I'm saying. Magic isn't real. Not theirs. Not theirs. There's, like, this one show of the guy who was, like, masked, and was exposing all those magicians' tricks. I like that one a little bit, I guess, but generally, I don't know. They're performers, but they're not interesting, because the whole crux, like, other performers, I love how serious I am about this. Other performers are like, look, I can do this great feat with my body. I am able to do a good jump. I'm like, wow, do that good jump. That looks nice. But magicians are just like, haha, I'm doing this one thing, but I'm actually doing another thing. Does that require a certain level of skill? Yes, of course it does. Obviously it does, because otherwise everybody would be doing it, I suppose. Sleight of hand, cool, whatever. Just don't do it in front of me. Just don't do it in front of me. What are we looking at? Real magic. Real magic. Whoa. Now this is inexplicable in a good way. This is the only magicians I respect. Contortionists are very cool, for instance. Yeah, I agree. Bring Grandma back to the grave. So you already revived her, and then we're going back. I mean, I could do that too. I could also bring Grandma back to the grave. That is something every human has the capacity of doing, actually. As a matter of fact. This is sus. I believe Zecke is secretly battling a warlock, and that made her biased. Well, whatever the case may be, I do not like magicians. Let it be known, I am not a fan of magicians. These guys, like I said, are the only magicians that are acceptable. Thank you very much. So we got through the nonsense. Oh my god, we managed... What the fuck did I do? We managed to finish nonsense hours. Can you believe? Opinion on magic in movies. What do you mean by that? Do you mean like the Dungeons and Dragon movie where they have like magicians in it? Well, wizards. They're not called magicians. They're called wizards. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Do that. You can do that. Magic tricks in movies? It will spark a similar type of annoyance. Yeah, wizards and stuff are fine. Because that's like, we're buying into a fictional world. I know it's not real, but it's not like pretending to be real, really, either. It's like in the fictional world, it's real, and that's okay. But, you know, it's the same. It's not the same. It is not the same. They don't have the same goal as magicians do. I will die on this hill. Magicians suck. Fuck magicians, but not literally. I had a dark joke about magicians, but I'll refrain. That is alright. So you respect actors, but disrespect magicians. Yes. So how about actors pretending to be a magician? That is tough. That is tough. I'm thinking about this. Well, I will... The thing is, the actor is fine. The actor is fine. If the actor is pretending to be is a role, you know, he's playing a role of a magician, that is fine. Now, the character whom they are portraying, who is a magician, maybe I will dislike them. Unless they're like very, very bad at it and it's funny or it's not like the main thing that they do. But I will dislike the character, yes, because they're a magician and I hate magicians. Thank you for listening to my magician-based rant. Hi, Type, welcome. So, it's okay if I write the joke? It's not original, TBH. You can give me the magician jokes. We can hear magician jokes. If it's bad, you know, if it's bad, it's bad. More Zecke lore revealed. Zecke and Conan the Barbarian shared a trait of hating magic users. The more you know. Yeah, we have so much in common. It's crazy. Don't fuck magicians. They might enjoy that. Triumph them instead. They might enjoy that too. Hi, Cassie. They could potentially enjoy that too. Just do not give them any attention. Starve them out of attention. What about a magician clown at a child's birthday party? Now that is kind of better because the clown will inevitably involve comedy in his magic, right? Because he's a clown. It's all about comedy. So he'll probably do like some magic tricks whose main purpose is not like, wow, how did you do that? But instead, haha. End of sentence. That is the purpose of the magic trick that the clown does, is haha, which I respect much more than, whoa, how did you do that? You know? As I said, if you hate magicians so much, why not go and protest magicians? That would be one. I mean, I'd boycott them already, so I feel like I'm doing my part. Not consuming magician media is the first step. But consumer boycott never really works. You're right, you do have a point there. Alright then, maybe people who hate magicians is because their dad did the disappearing act for too long. Is that? No, that was original. I can't believe that anybody else made that up before you. I think you're the first. Hello, the real Kaida. Welcome back. Welcome to We're All Hating on Magicians Club, where I'm the only one hating on magicians and everybody else is just like, I don't know about that. Is racist against magicians. Since when are magicians a fucking race? No clowns. Clowns equal Pennywise. Kill it with fire. But Pennywise? Joker. I like clowns. Clowns are good. Clowns are good. They have a solid aesthetic. They have a solid goal. Most of the time it's either making people laugh or terrifying them. Both goals, very noble, very good. Now, magicians just want to bamboozle you. Fuck that. Would it be classist? It's not classist either. They're working class. The magicians are working class, so in that case they are comrades, but like they could quit their job and be a better part of the working class, you know? Silence muggles. No. No, not wizards though. I saw an old vine of a black dad living with his kid, leaving his kid with a disappearing act. Hell yeah, peace out. There's that one gif that goes like, you know, the dude does like a peace sign and then he disappears and fades into thin air. I do that a lot too. I ghost people sometimes. Since being a magician is a class, and Zecke's class is clown. Of course. I do prefer clowns. Clowns are much better than magicians. Likes clowns, but not magicians. Base, thank you. I think that's a real important distinction to draw. Also, jugglers, not juggalos, but jugglers, have a feud with magicians, as I've been informed by my friend who juggles and is currently like doing a circus thing. I don't know. He doesn't work at the circus really, but I think currently he is. But he's not like a constant, not always a circus member. But right now I think he still is. And he informed me that jugglers hate magicians. So I feel even more justified because jugglers are pretty cool and magicians are not. So there you go. I do believe in vampires and mermaids though. Hell yeah. Much better. Yeah, of course, there's infighting. There's infighting in every group, dog, obviously. Pennywise only disguises himself as a clown because kids love clowns in the 50s and, like, 80s anyway. True. Pennywise technically isn't a clown, technically. Pennywise is the clown, I guess, if he has that name at the time. But it is just horror incarnate, which is pretty Lovecraftian and pretty cool. But I do like the clown imagery too. So, anyway, do we wish to move on to talking about Cenat, who employed neither magicians nor clowns for his PlayStation 5 thing, the event, I guess? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, why don't the magicians make the beef disappear? Because they're not real. He's based on a real person. I think I heard that before. So, Cenat is a streamer, one of the biggest streamers in the world. Streams over on Twitch, huge audience. I don't know what he does on his streams, I would be honest. I think it's just like the usual stuff, like reacting, talking to people, playing video games. Does he play video games? I think he probably plays video games. I don't even know. But he went to give away a PlayStation 5 in New York City, and that was his first mistake. Now, we have a little video that I hope goes over the whole backstory a little bit more, and then we have some clips from the actual event, and we can talk about what we actually want to talk about in regards to this. This is
social media.
Yes, a news clip from ABC News that came out 19 hours ago, so it's pretty recent. influencer charged after giveaway, in quotation marks, causes mass chaos in New York City. That is a vocal stem from What We Do in the Shadows. New York. There's so many songs about New York. All and any types of songs about New York. So let us listen to what the news say happened. NYC, baby.
The social media influencer facing charges accused of causing a riot in New York's Union Square. Thousands of people flooded the streets after he promoted a giveaway. Trevor Alt has...
I mean, isn't this a lesson that we've learned before? It's like, yeah, we're talking about the flash mob now. It's flash mob time. Isn't this a lesson we've learned before? I don't remember exactly. I think a German YouTuber caused a similar situation to happen way back when, in like 2015 or something. I don't remember. But this isn't the first time that this happened. Shouldn't people know that they shouldn't tell their huge audience to go congregate in one place? If you want to have a mass gathering like that, you need to prepare for that. You cannot do that randomly. It doesn't go well. It never goes well. Yeah, he did it unknowingly, but like I feel like he should have known better. I am not pro Cenat in this reporting of the news. However, I'm also critical of the way that other people have talked about this before.
It's the latest for us. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. So this influencer is a young man named Cenat. He has 20 million followers across social media.
20 million! That's a lot. That's a lot. What's this again? The path to hell? This, that, the other? Paved with good intentions? Mm-hmm. He's a baby, though. Yeah, he is a baby. That is true. I mean, babies are dumb. Babies are dumb. This is a fact that we do know, but like, Jesus, couldn't you know? Couldn't you know that this would have happened? Yeah, Montana Black had similar problems when he live streamed from Gamescom because his fan base also is made up of ignorant asocial teens. It will happen. Yeah, all of his fans are extra babies. Like, of course, if the content producer is already young, very young, his fans are gonna probably be even younger. Chances are pretty high, and yes, they are. All of the pictures, all of the videos that you see from New York from this incident is just literal kids running around the street wreaking havoc. You cannot underestimate the havoc that they did wreak, you know, in their wake. They're teenagers. Teenagers are able to do that, but they're like teenagers and kids and stuff. Yeah, Astroworld was bad too, even though they did have like that was an event that was organized. It was just not well organized. This happens all the time,
including on the website Twitch, which is a place where creators live stream themselves playing video games, even just living their lives. And on Friday, his massive audience of young people came out and drove here to Union Square after he announced that giveaway on short notice, and it quickly spiraled into chaos.
The pictures that I've seen from this were very intense indeed. I mean, it's fucking New York City. I need to stop saying it like that. This is serious news coverage. Serious. Obviously. Yeah, there's a shit ton of people there. It's a fickle situation as is when big outings happen. And oh boy, I wonder if they will cover how police brutality took place on the scene. I mean, you may or may not have already seen that I have a trigger warning for police brutality for one of the clips that I'm going to be showing. I do wonder if they're going to mention this, because the way that the police reacted to this was, as always, not surprisingly, completely out of line as well.
Morning, the streaming star whose announced giveaway turned into pandemonium on the streets of New York City has now been charged with a felony.
He's been charged with a felony for doing this, which I think is good. He should face consequences. I don't know what exactly. Charged with a felony means he has to pay money, I'm assuming. I don't know. I think he should face consequences for this, because obviously don't incite mass people to go any specific location. It's a bad idea. Also for a PS5, like, I mean, they're not fighting for the PS5. They were just, it happens all the time when huge crowds of people congregate. Suddenly there's gonna be chaos because people need to manage a crowd of that size.
He's arresting more than 60 people in the incident, saying several others, including some officers, were injured.
I'm scared I'm gonna get hit by something. I can't turn my back.
The crowd had gathered to see massively popular influencer Cenat, who last week announced
that's him, by the way. I mean, obviously.
Plans for a meet and greet Friday in Manhattan's Union Square, where he said he'd be giving away merchandise worth thousands of dollars.
We're doing PS5s, PCs,
Bro, you literally,
keyboards,
listen,
mouse pads.
How much security? You know you're gonna have like 20 security out there, right?
I know.
20 security, said his friend, or did he say more than that? Yeah, you should have organized that. You should have organized that. I agree with Mountain Guy. The streamer was definitely in the wrong. I don't like Cenat specifically. I think he also was like involved in some shady business earlier that has nothing to do with this, but like generally, I think he should have like planned this. He shouldn't have randomly announced this. This is very dangerous, and I think he could have known about that before he did it. But also the police, obviously, the way that they do it, they're inefficient. They're just bad at their fucking jobs. Their jobs is to disperse a big crowd like that. They can't do it. They rile people up even more. People panic when they see the police coming in for, I wonder for what reason. Maybe because they use fucking tear gas and rubber bullets and whatever. In situations like these, they resort to violence immediately. Odd that people are scared when they come in, so they make the whole situation even worse instead of doing their actual job because they're too incompetent. The arrogance, though. He's like, yeah, we're gonna give away this, that, the other. Did he even give away that much stuff? I don't think he did.
The NYPD claims Cenat never told them about the plans. Friday afternoon, thousands poured in. People seen climbing on cars, statues, and subway stations, with multiple fights breaking out.
We have people bleeding. Groups of people are fighting in the Union Square 4, 5, and 6 train.
As the police response grew, Cenat still touted the giveaway.
$100 gift cards all here, bro. We gonna go crazy.
Telling his audience on his live stream to be safe.
I mean, yeah, be safe, gamers, you know? Just be safe.
But also saying everybody for themselves, there's a war out there.
He was definitely enjoying this because, I mean, okay, I am not his fucking psychologist or something, but it sounds like he was enjoying this, like, attention that he was able to provoke, this sort of, like, uproar that he was able to provoke. It's not like surprising, is it? Kids thinking a riot will make their favorite celebrity notice them. Basically, they're like trying to show off, and everybody's filming, and they're like egging each other on for this. Vosh covered this as well, right? And he talked about how social isolation and the late repercussions of COVID are playing a part in this as well. And I agree. They are. People, first of all, huge groups of people have always been rowdy like that. It happens all the time. With football games, it happens. It has always happened. Back then, this one, like, YouTuber incident that I was talking about, if a giant group of teenagers comes together and just doesn't have any real direction, and they're just trying to get to one point and trying to get, like, a certain thing from that, yeah, it's gonna result in situations like these. That's not good. That should be avoided. Obviously, you should plan stuff like that better. But also, our society has a problem. The kids are not all right. Simple statement like that. They're trying to somehow, like, they're not, like, meeting up and just chatting in this fucking riot or whatever was going on. But they're trying to show off and, like, generate content for each other's social medias. And a lot of them seem like dumb young adults. Like, there's kids, there's teenagers, and there's, like, dumb young adults. We live in a society. We truly do.
This SUV was...
It's mostly teens.
Then captured speeding away with crowd members hanging on. Cenat believed to be inside. The streaming star later questioned by authorities, seen here leaving a police precinct, and he's now charged with riot in the first degree causing public injury, a Class E felony, and also charged with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly.
Unlawful assembly for sure, yeah.
In a statement...
I mean, like I said, it also happened on a smaller scale, of course, because it is smaller. In Cologne, I think it was. I wonder if I can actually find that incident at all. But it's been so long and I don't know who was involved anymore. I think was fucking Victor, like, Pplease involved in that? I don't remember. Or was it Montana Black? Montana Black? That's... Is that his fucking... I don't know. That's not him, is it? I don't know. Who the fuck was involved in that? Deutschland Fan-Treffen, YouTuber... I mean, I don't have to specify Deutschland if I write Fan-Treffen, do I? Fan-Treffen, Köln. I'm sure it was Köln. Must have been Köln. Video stars, maybe? I don't know. Like, Panic? I don't know how to Google this thing. I'm trying to figure out... This has happened before, you know? Oh yeah, was it this? Maybe it was. I don't know. Can I accept and get in there? Thank you. Yeah, this was in 2014. But I don't know if this is the one that I'm even referring to. It happens multiple times is the problem. Apparently during a like autograph session of beauty bloggers, Dougie B and BB's Beauty Palace, they are very big. They had a mass hysteria like happen. 4 girls were treated by ambulances, and it was pretty big. So this was like beauty influencers were trying to organize a meet and greet, but there was like things were not working. Zecke W is working. There it is. I'm also gonna talk about Hassan. Yes, I'm gonna talk about Hassan's reaction to this because that was an L take. Yeah, over 500 girls were running up this like space and the fucking meet and greet was deteriorating quickly. Holy shit. Okay. But that's not even the one that I'm thinking about. This has happened multiple times. Yeah, I guess video days, maybe? I don't remember. But this has happened multiple times in Germany and everywhere. This is not an isolated incident.
And Cenat's group AMP says in part, we recognize that our audience and influence are growing, and with that comes greater responsibility. We are deeply disheartened by the outbreak of disorderly conduct that affected innocent people.
Oh, it don't work on screen. Well, did Ian's work on screen?
Businesses and do not
hi Lord Peace.
condone that behavior. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says they're investigating whether outside actors escalated the violence, but noted most of the people in the crowd were very young.
Yeah. They're babies.
And authorities say they do believe Cenat and his team did have some PlayStation 5s and all of the...
Authority believes they did have some PlayStation 5s. Okay. Honestly, I didn't know who Kai was until Kyle, Hassan, and Vaj talked about the riot. I did know about him a little bit, but not like a lot. I honestly didn't hear about it a lot beforehand.
But it's unclear
I didn't hear about him in general a lot
actually
beforehand.
Received any of them, and police did note nearly half of the 60-plus people arrested were minors. Robin.
All right,
makes sense.
Trevor, thank you.
Damn, you made that ending stinger really loud. Thank you for nothing. Jesus Christ. You learned about the riot on Quora. Bro, if you're a streamer and your fan did this, telling them that you guys are a disappointment is mental damage plus 100. I mean, it's good. He needs to call his fans out for this behavior. So here's some clips from the actual riot, I suppose. I guess it did turn into a riot, this public assembly. If I was in this situation, I'd just get the PS5 and leave immediately. Well, I'm sure a lot of people came in with that idea in mind, but I don't know if any PS5s even handed out at the end of the day. Do we know that? I don't think they were, probably. They were overwhelmed with people and then, you know, things happened, this, that, the other. No PS5s for anybody. Sad times, truly. Here's a video. They're like jumping on the cars that are trying to drive through, I think. Yeah, this tweet is nothing. I just wanted to look at the videos of it. And obviously everybody's just filming and trying to egg each other on, and you know, that's how these sorts of things escalate. I'm supposed Returnity Hamburg. Maybe that's what I'm referencing. Maybe that is what I'm referencing. It's also a clothing brand though. Geschenkaktion. Oh, that was recently. No, it was definitely not something that was recent. But oh wait, this is maybe just a recent article. What happened here? Geschenkaktion. When did that happen? Well, there was certainly something happening because all of the pictures are the police standing around there. They were doing like a giveaway, I guess, this brand. And I didn't hear about that one yet, I'm pretty sure. Hello, Angel Tail, welcome. Yeah, everybody's just reacting to what is happening. They're trying to show off to each other, basically. He must tell him this. Online chat and IRL are two different things. This, yeah, it's very true. Like, disorderly and weird behavior in chat may get your... I love you referring to Kai Cenat as these guys as Oshi, because it's true. It's true, but I would have never thought to say that before. But IRL is like, truly, it's very different. And they don't know that because they are teenagers, mostly. For the most part, they are like young people who have been cooped up for a bunch of years due to like fucking COVID and stuff, and they are socially fucking stunted. Literally socially stunted. That's all. That's literally what they are. Not trying to like dunk on them or anything. It's a problem, and that's what it is. Like, I'm pro-riot, but not for no reason. That's one thing that I want to say about this. But what is my stance on this? Don't. Don't do this for no fucking reason. They just did it just cuz. They just did it to show off. I can condemn this, and in the same breath, I can, like, praise riots that have been happening a couple weeks back in Paris, because they did that for a reason. They had a message behind that. If you want to go riot, don't just randomly go riot because you have, like, fun with it. I think a riot needs to serve a purpose, and this obviously only serves the purpose of showing off to your friends, which I don't think is a worthy purpose for destroying property. If you want to destroy property, do it for a cause. Thank you, please.
How you feel, sir?
Bro, there's a dude in that car. There's a dude in the car.
He bugging. Oh, now let me get the fuck out. Oh!
Yeah, I guess they're like in the street and the cars are still driving through. Again, I think this is also a failure of the police department, probably, because if they see that there's a street, they should probably block that street off. They, like, of course, they weren't communicated with, so they couldn't do that in advance, but when they see that that was happening, maybe they should have tried to make sure that no cars try to drive through this. That's their job, to make sure that this doesn't happen. Is this Central Park? No idea. They didn't say. I think they didn't specify in this tweet because, you know, the tweet is kind of nothing really. Yeah, obviously Kai Cenat is going to be the one who gets charged. Other people were arrested too in this thing, but they don't know every single person's identity there because they are not very efficient in detaining people, I guess. They've been defunded. Like, I mean, New York City Police Department were also the people, as far as I've heard, who went on strike because they weren't allowed to do police violence as much as they wanted to anymore. So, like, maybe more of them would not have made the situation any better either. A different organization making sure that these cars don't drive through here. Maybe that would have been better. Yeah, they're beating up that car. They're just still trying to drive through there. Not a great idea, trying to drive through there. Not at all. There's another video that I have of jumping on cars. Just because I tried to find more videos about, like, what was going on here, and it's just mainly that. Just kids. You can see it's always kids just filming themselves, and then the street. Like, here. Look at them doing their attention-seeking behavior. Are these fans what an average person is like? I would like to think not, but we are facing a mental health crisis. The effects of COVID are still being felt, and also in general, the effects of people spending more and more time in online spaces and not outside because they can't be outside. It's not like they make the choice, oh, I just want to be inside and not meet people IRL, and slowly but surely we all lose the ability to function like as people outside on the streets. That's not like a choice that they're making. It's just there's no third spaces to go to. There's only online spaces to go to. And in online spaces, you're not going to learn how to interact with your fellow human beings in a normal manner. So this is just a very, like, concentrated display of the worst of that sort of tendency, honestly.
Yo, look, the cop over here stressing.
That commentary is fucking funny, dude.
Oh, there we go.
The cop over here stressing. Yeah, I'd be stressing too.
Get out of here. He's trying to go. Oh, look, he's going too. Bro, look how much.
Yeah, it's like the street or something, I guess. Yeah.
People there. Oh, they subway surfing. Oh.
The dude doing the commentary is truly doing an immaculate job.
No fucking way, bro. Nah, no way.
Subway surfing. That's not a subway.
Oh, they smashed the back window. They broke the back window. No way. damn. What the?
Yeah, and everybody on there is, you guys are on top of cars and you're filming yourselves. Like, this is not what a proper riot is supposed to be like. Of course it's not, because they didn't come here for a reason. Which leads me, does it lead me already? Yeah, we'll go to the police violence after that. Maybe we'll save that for last, so you can skip over it more easily if you don't want to watch that. We'll get to my favorite tweet that came out of this whole situation, where this person, who by the way has a German last name username, which means devil, writes this: dude, if one Twitch streamer can basically foment a rebellion against the NYPD, not at all what was happening. Maybe this revolution stuff will be easier than any of us thought. See, the thing is, they didn't organize at all. This was not organized in the slightest. This was unsafe for everybody who was in this crowd. This was unsafe for everybody who was around. This was not to further a cause of any variety. This tweet is obviously, like, this was not a riot against the NYPD. They didn't come there with the goal of with any sort of goal. They just did random shit. That's why that happened. But the actual favorite tweet that I have is the reply here. If anything, it shows how bad Hassan is at doing leftism IRL, especially compared to the leftism Kai did. Hell yeah! I love the leftism that Kai did. Whoa, he did such a big leftism. One day I hope to do a leftism like Kai did. Excuse. How have you ever done a leftism? Anybody here who's ever done a leftism? I hope this is ironic. I don't know, dude. I cannot tell anymore. This tweet is so fucking funny. This is the funniest tweet I've ever seen in my entire life. I love doing a big leftism because, of course, leftism is when break cars. Leftism is when no house, no money, and break cars. Did a big leftism right there. Is Paris still on fire? I don't know. I don't think right now currently, but who knows, honestly. Who knows? What leftism did Kai do? None! There was no leftism involved in this. Kai Cenat is not a leftist. Kai Cenat is probably apolitical at best. I've seen Vosh trying to find out what Kai Cenat's fucking political position is, and he didn't really find much. Kai Cenat doesn't care about politics. He didn't do a leftism. There was no political statement behind this action at all whatsoever. If there was, I would be more favorable towards it, but there wasn't. It was just kids doing unlawful assembly badly and making a ruckus for no reason. There was no leftism done here. Thank you very much. The revolution will not be this easy because the revolution needs to be organized, because otherwise also what did this cause? Nothing. Aside from a little bit of property damage, there isn't gonna be like a fucking reform after this, because that's not what they were seeking. That was not what was trying to be taking place there at all whatsoever. Jesus. If you want to riot, give everybody a spear and a shield. Now that would be a proper leftism. We're doing it phalanx style. We've talked about this before. We gotta do it phalanx style. Like, yeah, if this was going to get even worse, the police could have mowed these people down if they needed to. Like, if they figured that this was getting more severe, or whatever, if they were actually trying to do a leftism, as this tweet has so eloquently stated, the fucking state could send in the military and this leftism would have been squashed within seconds, because they did in fact not organize, and the revolution will in fact not be this easy. Just become Spartans. I heard Fox try to say that Kai giving out a PS5 was a socialist agenda. That's the thing, though. That's the thing. That's the reason, by the way, why Hassan is reacting the way that Hassan is reacting. I love titling it Controversial Hassan Reaction. I guess you could call it that. I did call it that. That is the whole reason why Hassan is reacting the way that he's reacting, is because, of course, right-wing media takes these scenes, these pictures, and they run with it, and they're very ready to condemn this action as, in fact, a leftism, when it is, in fact, apolitical completely, and they're ready to point out, like, race-based violence, like, oh yeah, of course, look at the color of the skin of these dudes, that's obviously the reason, when, of course, as I've pointed to as well, this has happened in Germany before, where it was, like, just white teenagers primarily doing tiny, like, on a smaller scale, because Germany is smaller, etc., etc. This has happened everywhere before. This could happen whenever. This happens after every big football or soccer game. It has nothing to do with their race, I assure you. But of course, conservatives run with that. Obviously, conservatives run with that talking point. And Hassan knows that. And that's why Hassan is going like way, way, way too hard on defending this. He's like, it's nothing. It's barely anything. He's playing this down way too much in order to kind of like combat the reaction that the conservatives will have to this, as he knows. But that's not the way to deal with this either. You can't just always take the absolute opposite position of your opposition. Sometimes you have to have a little bit more of a nuanced take, even if that feels like less, I don't know, less clear maybe to him. I don't know what his problem is with taking a more nuanced take. I don't know. Kai Cenat should get a really heavy fine instead of a felony, though. A felony is really harsh. Yeah, I don't know what the American justice system is much, so I don't really know what the felony charge means for him. Is that a fine? But like a fine, you know how fines work. Fines are nothing to people who are rich, and Kai Cenat is rich. Kai Cenat is rich enough. I don't think he would be bothered by a fine at all, but I don't really know what a felony implies. I don't think he has to go to jail or anything like that, right? Yeah. Hassan took a big L and honestly can't even blame him. I mean, I can blame him a little bit. He could have just not said that. But yeah, he did take a L because of this response specifically.
His whole kiosk was ransacked. All the chips were broken and pulled apart. Things were taken off of it. And he was saying that he was injured because he was trying to stop the kids, and they hit his head, his neck, his back. The gentleman is in his 60s. He was talking to EMTs that were there and talking to the police that were there, giving them a report of what happened. But, a totally just innocent victim in all this, that he was just doing his job, going about his day, and his business got ransacked there. But from where we are here, it does that.
It takes a while until he says anything, so I'm just waiting for that.
Circumventing them in that sense.
He might go to jail or get probation. That's pretty tough. Probation, maybe I can see, but yeah, jail is.
From my perspective,
I fucking despise local media, dude. There you go. There is no better representation of how dog water local media is, and how much they exacerbate like narratives that you see on Fox News, what role they play in the boomer reactionary pipeline. Local media talking about $3 worth of fucking Doritos, like, there was a bank run or some shit. Like,
that is
also want to fucking make it seem like, this is a riot that was completely out of control.
While eating his food. That's why the commentary is a little bit interspersed. It's a very bold, I understand Hassan because he's rich and he doesn't even work. Well, he does work. He does work. It is work, even though it's not like selling chips at the store work. It's a different type of work, but he is still a worker because he doesn't have he hasn't assumed a position of like CEO or some like bogus work or something. His view is a little bit different in that sense as well. I do understand, like, the amount of money that he has will make him a little bit out of touch, and that definitely factors in. I think this is mainly, like I said, spurred on by the reaction from other media. Like, he also cites, he just is worried about, I guess, I'm assuming, about the reaction of, like, the very right-wing media blowing this out of proportion and making this a talking point for stricter police and for more money to be funneled into the police. Because the police gets a lot of money. They may have been defunded, but they still have, like, they are still a very well-paid sector of public service, as far as I'm aware, in the United States and everything. So he sees this problem that people are going to take this riot that did occur to paint a very certain narrative about Black youth in general and not actually address the reasons as to why this happened, and instead blame it on something else and then funnel more funds into a system that doesn't actually help anything. So I think that's why he's talking the way that he's talking, but you should be able to understand that saying, oh, look, it's just a bag of chips, that is not really a good talking point, right? That's not going to get anybody on your side. The people who are already on your side maybe are going to be like agreeing with you, but saying, okay, yeah, just a bag of chips, you're going to cry about a bag of Doritos, whatever, that's obviously not a very good talking point. talking about $3 worth of fucking Doritos like it was a bank run is not a great talking point, and I feel like he should see that. News. Yeah, Hassan, I hate local news. Yeah, it's like, I understand, I think, where he's coming from, but again, I don't agree with his talking point. Yeah, Hassan still has some very, very bad takes. He does sometimes. Recently, also, he was defending, we're gonna get to that later. Recently, he was defending XQC, I think, or at least generally what XQC was doing with the whole React drama, which is also a hill I wouldn't want to die on. You could rather just, like, differentiate yourself from XQC. I think he was, yeah, we'll get to that when we talk to that. But yeah, Hassan has some takes that I do not agree with whatsoever. Right-wingers will twist anything to suit their agenda, though Hassan might be trying to counterbalance that. Exactly. I think that is what he's trying to do, and I understand that notion, but it's not great coverage about that. I think you can, 100%, as a leftist, you can condemn what happened here. Because the thing is, if it's a real riot, I guess, or a riot that has an actual, like, reason behind it, if it's rioting, like the riots in France, I think it's way more valid to defend that rather than this. Why would you want to defend this? This has no, like, fucking basis whatsoever. They're not doing this for any reason. Why would you be defending this when it's just, you know, it's just happening because a random, very popular streamer called people to one spot, and that is what happens when you call a lot of people to one spot, especially young people like that. If you call, if your audience is all 60 plus, maybe that wouldn't happen, but maybe it would. I don't know. We've never had this example before. They can't leave the houses easily. Maybe they wouldn't congregate that much. I don't know. That's a hypothetical situation there, but you know what I mean? Why defend this when you could be differentiating this again from other more justified riots, right? I feel often he just has a gut reaction without really thinking about it and can't back down from that. True. I think so too, Caliban. I think so too. Like, that's kind of a pitfall of being a live streamer, especially when, like, Hassan, he covers stuff live. Maybe this was going on right now. He doesn't really have time to prepare his thoughts on the matter that much. And then once he says his thoughts, it's kind of hard to back down and reevaluate your thoughts, because that will be seen as hypocrisy, and you don't want to be seen as hypocritical. Yeah. Like I said, if you really want to riot with, like, a reason, give everyone a spear and a shield. Spear and a shield. The fastest way to raise an army in ancient times. I think, Warren, I like your proposal for spear and a shield leftism. I am a part of spear and a shield leftism. Hell yeah. Shields especially. I think, like with the umbrella riots, or protests, I think is what they called themselves, back in the day with Hong Kong, right? They used the umbrellas against the water cannons and stuff. Spear and a shield. Spear and a shield. Now torches, I don't know, you gotta balance how many hands you have. You only have 2 hands, 1 spear, 1 shield, you know? Where are you gonna put your torch? You could attach your torch to your shield, but I think spear and a shield leftism has a good ring to it. I think we should roll with that. So yeah, like I said, don't think that was a smart idea of Hassan to cover this the way that he did, and, well, the reasons of which we have explored. The umbrella thing in Hong Kong protests, yes. I remember that being covered a lot by local news, I guess. Germany local news. Now I'm gonna show you this one video that, of course, local news, as well as ABC News, as well as all of those dudes, mainstream media, I guess you could call them, doesn't really cover, is the overt police violence that took place, obviously, because we all know the police do love doing a little bit of police violence. It's a thing they like to do. It's their hobby. Who can blame them? We should. So, trigger warning right now. This is, I don't know how graphic this is. Maybe I should have checked how I'm gonna check how graphic this is before I show you this. I don't think it's very graphic, because I think I've seen it before.
What, Zecke, what about Flaming Spear? Nachdenkliches Gesicht.
What about Flaming Spear? Now, Flaming Spear, I might be able to get on board with. Okay, this is not graphic because it's far away. This is the same clip that I've seen on somebody else's channel, and then this, yeah, I think Vosh showed this clip, so it should be fine. Yeah, gotta look at it first. Like, if it's way graphic, let's not show you. But no, it's not too graphic. I think this was posted by Dextero. Footage from the Cenat meetup shows NYPD officers smashing someone's face through a car windshield. So now actual trigger warning. It's gonna be like 1 minute. I'm not gonna show it twice. yeah, people are moving. They're running. This guy was already detained and they smashed his fucking face through a fucking windshield. I said I wouldn't pause too much. That is not necessary. That is obviously not necessary. You don't need to be doing that. That was brutal as hell. That looked like straight out of a movie. No, don't, yeah. And then they're detaining him on the ground. People are already dispersing at this point. Excuse you? Yeah, you're excused. People were already leaving at this point. So, like, very unnecessary. The dude is bleeding? Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously you're gonna be bleeding. Yep, we've seen this now. Yeah, not surprising, but good thing somebody captured this on fucking video, because obviously the news is not going to be talking about this too much. Yeah, they use the opportunity that they have in order to use excessive force. It's just what they do. Cop didn't give him a chance to escape. You gotta, yeah, he failed his fucking, what would it be, a dexterity check maybe? But you shouldn't be punished with face through the fucking glass of a windshield if you fail your dexterity checks. Don't know how much support you can gather by riding over PS5s. Fair. Oh, yeah, you have to hit a car windshield hard in order to get it to break, right? That was also what I was thinking. Like, car windshields are usually supposed to withstand a little bit of pressure there, and that fucking shattered, dude. That's rough. That is pretty rough. If you're, yeah, and if you're expecting a large crowd, 10 guards is definitely not enough. You would have needed more, 100%. Like, Cenat is to blame for this as well, in, like, a causation chain sort of thing. Like, this wouldn't have happened if Kai didn't call for the meeting. So at the end of the day, maybe it's good that he was charged with a felony. I'm still thinking about the legal justice system, like what exactly is gonna entail that? I don't know, but this has far-ranging repercussions. He put his followers at risk, like, by having them have to interface with the police, who, as we know, historically, like to do this sort of shit. Action movie strength, like, what the fuck, dude? With, like, he had the momentum going there, didn't he? I still remember that cop slamming the nightstick into that elderly man's head and just walking away. They just do that. They just do that. Brought back some fucking PTSD with this clip. I'm sorry. I gave you a warning. That's all I can do, I think. Kai getting a felony is authorities making an example out of him. I think so too. And honestly, yeah, I guess people need to learn this again. I thought people had already learned this because, like I said, on a much smaller scale, this has already happened multiple times in Germany as well, and probably other spaces too. Huge, unregulated public gatherings are a bad idea. You need to regulate yourself. I mean, even fucking, like, actual riots try their best to, like, organize a bit. Now, if they get found out that they've been organizing, then that is more evidence for the police to be like, oh, you were organizing this shit and that's bad. So they gotta do it carefully, but you try to organize your stuff so that you don't get caught out in situations like that. I'm the one who watched. Fair enough. Moral of the story is Kai should have planned this much more carefully. Yes, that is the main takeaway from this, obviously. The right-wing media is going to react to this like, oh, black people doing black people things, which is obviously not the crux of the issue. The issue is young people who don't know how to act in real life anymore because they've been isolated for so long, coming together in mass without any preparation, without any planning in a place where they shouldn't have been. There you go. You're not allowed to vote if you're convicted. Oh, right. Isn't there like a thing like that with the felons and voting? I don't really know what happens there. He's not gonna be able to leave the country, vote, or be anywhere near a gun. That's pretty intense. You should be able to vote, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's not good. A lot of these guys are also not, it's not just people I'm not gonna zoom through this video again for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's also an exaggeration. A lot of them are white as well. Yeah, that was the Kai Cenat situation and the reaction to all of that. Huge thing happening. Kai definitely should not have done that. America has messed up like that. America has messed up in very many ways, isn't it? Every time I remember and or hear new information about America, I'm like, Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, even more incentive to disproportionately, you know, arrest people and charge them with felonies and such. Wow, as if they didn't have enough incentive already, making them not able to vote. That's another one. Thing is, Kai is 21, and he's probably not wise enough to understand how powerful his fame is yet. Yeah, 21 is very young. That's the thing. It's like, how much leeway can you give young people? Because, you know, young people are idiots. How much leeway can you give them? Like, there's only so much you can do. That's the thing with the internet as it is. It can give people platforms that really shouldn't have platforms. And there's no way to regulate that. You can't regulate that. Somebody like Kai maybe is not responsible enough. As we've seen now, maybe we can maybe scratch from that sentence, because obviously he is not responsible enough to handle an audience like that, but he still has the audience, and the audience is not going to go away either. Anybody can make an audience. People even younger than 21 can have an audience that is huge, and they probably shouldn't handle such a huge crowd by themselves. But yet again, here we are. Young people are idiots, says a young person, and agreed by a young person of the same age. I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm closer to idiocy than people who are like, I don't know, 30. I guess. Young, dumb, and full of fun. I tell people ideas of mine, what the government should do, and they tell me I should run for president. I mean, you could, but God, running for president is pretty complicated. You need a lot of backing. It's not that easy to start as like a newcomer to the political sphere to run for president. I think young people can be very smart. I mean, like, it's just a generalization that's pretty fair to make. Young people can be smart. But oftentimes, young people are, in fact, not that smart yet, for obvious reasons. At around, I don't know, at around, like, 28, 27, you get smarter, maybe. You always get smarter. It depends on what you do in your life. A lot of 20-year-olds are very dumb, though. And I mean, you know, having 21 is getting closer up there, but it really depends on what you did with your life, you know, how much wisdom you've accrued by that point. 21 couldn't even legally drink last year in the US. True. Yeah, increase wages for workers, lower the prices of food and medical supplies for one. Yeah, like redistribute the wealth. How about that one? Goofy, Kai, the goofy, he did a little bit of a goofy, yeah. He did. Would be nice if someone progressive could reach out to Kai and talk about what happened in the aftermath. I wonder if Hassan is gonna talk to him. I think Hassan has talked to Kai before, but I don't know, since Hassan has taken his side like quite vehemently, I don't know how much Hassan would even like want to talk to him about anything. I don't know. Kai is the streamer that we just talked about in the previous segment, but we finished our segment, so we're gonna be moving on. Don't know where I saw it, Vosh, maybe, but every US president was wealthy before they assumed office, so just running will probably not be successful. You need connections, you need to fund your campaign trail, which you can do with sponsors, but how do you get sponsors? You get them, and donors, I guess. You get them through connections. It's always a game of connections. It always is. Hassan who? You know. My bad. He may be 22 already. Okay, he's getting up there. I thought, actually, low-key... Wait, we can just Google it. Kai Cenat age. 21. In December, he turns 22. Yeah, in December, he's gonna turn 22. He's currently still 21 years old. He's 21 and a half, you could say. A little bit more than halfway to being 22 years old. It really depends. I mean, a 22-year-old I would talk to... That's such a weird statement to make. A 22-year-old I would talk to as an equal. A 21-year-old as well. I mean, my best friend is 21 as well. So I feel like he could have known better. Now, like, it's a granular thing. If he was 19, it would have felt more justified to saying, well, he's just a kid and he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know. I feel like at 21 you might be able to kind of grasp what you're doing here, though I still get, yeah, he's still young and he maybe cannot really picture how big his audience actually is, but definitely from now on, ever since this happened, he will be able to picture it, so, you know. He acts like he's 15 on stream, though, and his crew act like they're 12. Yet they do make entertainment that really appeals to younger people. He's the same age as your little sister. Oh, really? Yeah, and she's probably much more mature, huh? Hassan is a streamer whose reaction we saw earlier. Hassan Piker, yes. You can Google him, or Hassanabi if you want to Google his username. AI. Do we want to talk about AI? We have an AI stream scheduled tomorrow, although I was thinking about changing it around and switching, you know, some streaming dates, but I think I will still do it tomorrow. Oh yeah, Thursday is actually the day. Okay. I'm thinking about my schedule. But yeah, we're gonna talk about AI because I saw a TikTok that I found to be interesting. I guess it just voiced a thought that I had thought before at some point, but quite succinctly because it's a TikTok, so they can't be so long. So I'm gonna show you. Or Hank Pecker, Hank Pecker too. We all know acclaimed MAGA voter Hank Pecker, obviously. AI stuffs. We're gonna talk about AI stuffs. So anyone, I recommend him reading philosophy books to help him grow as a person. Just like read some books, do some like figure stuff out. 21 is a good age to start figuring stuff out. You know, I wish him the best. It would be great if he has a huge audience. It would be great if he chooses this opportunity to learn more about the world in general and maybe become a leftist influencer, maybe perhaps. I would like it. So I'll be right back. All right, we're moving on now, though, to AI topics. Because we want to get through our docket, right? Is AI ableist is the title of this TikTok. And let's watch that. I don't know how loud this should be.
Can you believe this person is claiming AI is racist? It is. Ableist, too. Prove it. Okay. Let's ask
I like how he put the spooky music in the background. Should we make this a tiny bit faster, or is this a good playback speed? I saw the playback speed options like seconds ago.
To generate an autistic person.
So he's talking about AI art, I guess Midjourney specifically right now.
So, and let's do it again. And once more. And again. And then, and how about, are we starting to see a pattern? You seem to think you're proving something.
Yeah, he does talk very slowly. That's why I sped it up a little bit. I know that he gets to the conclusion, so I could just let it play. It's like a 3-minute, 50 seconds TikTok video, so it's kind of long. I know he gets to the conclusion, but maybe we can already see where this is going.
Here's more.
Yeah, it's like, it's trying to prove the point about, well, I mean, it's gonna get there, so maybe we'll just watch it and then I can give my commentary
and
afterwards.
Some more. And how about this? And another one. More.
TikToks can get that long? They can. TikToks are long now.
More. Do you see any diversity, say race, gender, age? Oh. Plus, most were skinny and, weirdly enough, a disproportionate abundance of red hair.
I saw it as brown hair mostly, but yeah, it's a very homogenous. It's a homogenous little soup of people that all look the same.
How many did you do? And so I gave up after more than 100. And the closer you look, you start to notice other trends. Like, were any of them smiling? It was all moody, melancholy, depressing. I noticed you used lifelike, photoreal, and photojournalism in your prompts. When I didn't include those, I'd get puzzle pieces in
the fucking
everything. Some of these are cartoons, others are whatever this is. Ugh. So AI is racist, sexist, ageist, and not only ableist, but uses harmful puzzle imagery from hate groups like Autism Speaks. Why? The AI we have today...
Yeah, he goes to explain this all. This is a very succinct TikTok. I want to give you my commentary afterwards, but it basically just... he boils it down very nicely, I think.
It is not artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence doesn't exist yet. This is just machine learning. Now, here's a bit of an oversimplification, but this machine learning focuses on patterns. It looks for the majority of similarities and then excludes outliers. So if the data that it's accessing is mostly young white boys in this case, it will amplify that bias.
Yeah, that's the most important line in the video, I guess. It's amplifying the bias that people already have. So if people, he's gonna go into that as well, if people use AI in order to learn about the world and how we understand it, they're just going to be presented with biases only. Because
So
that's
are
what
you saying
AI
that in
does.
order for AI to be an effective tool, you have to be smarter than the AI? Scary thought, huh? For someone who is looking to confirm their biases or is unaware of their subconscious bias, it becomes a tool of the oppressor. I think plagiarism software, I mean machine learning, I mean AI. Plagiarism software is a good synonym for AI. AI doesn't give a shit about people's feelings, it certainly does not, but it has a very narrow view of what life is, I suppose. The AI source is just what people perceive or display autistic people to be, so it's all nerdy looking boys. Exactly. It only has this very, like, the overrepresented minority, basically. Like this stereotype. AI can only work in stereotypes, is what this guy's trying to basically explain. So if you're trying to inform yourself about the world through an AI, then you're only going to get like this very like slim margin of what a representation actually is. AI in this case has a lot of potential looking like
nerdy boys.
Good, especially for the disabled population, but we must be aware of its limitations and pitfalls. And probably some government regulation is in order, at the very least, to stop these companies from profiteering off of artists' work without compensating those artists. In the 148 images I generated, Midjourney
that's a lot of images.
Depicted an autistic person as being female presenting twice.
2 times. 2 times out of 100 and something.
As older than 30, 5 times. As white, 100% of the time.
Because only white people can have autism. We know
and
this.
And 0 were smiling.
And autism makes you sad. Also, a well-known fact. Very, very sad. Only sad people have autism. It's a sad girl blues. No, not girl. Sorry, sad boy blues. So yeah, he's pointing out that it confirms a bias that people might already be having, or like a subconscious bias. So it just feeds back into itself. So if you use AI in a lot of your works, this does not limit itself only to autistic person. This can also be applied to like black person, whatever person. Because it works as an aggregator of images and ideas that are already out there and doesn't actually have any intelligence of its own. It's only going to spit back out what it's been fed, and it like tries to narrow things down. So of course there's not going to be a lot of women in there, there's not going to be a lot of people of color in there, and I think that's a very interesting point when we're talking about AI and the things that AI can do for us, which is not that much. AI as it is right now, it cannot really expand our understanding of the world. It can only give us feedback of our collective understanding of the world and feed it back to us, but in a kind of distorted and very, very, very narrow and biased and stereotypical sort of way. Hence why it's not like as useful as we would like it to be. It doesn't act as useful as we would like it to be. And of course, also the images are not very like good. Some of them look really odd. Some of them look really weird. But that's just the limitations of the images that it like bashes together, I guess, and the different art styles or photography styles or whatever that it does. So I thought this was really interesting, and I wanted to show you this. But basically, I'm just trying to reaffirm what he said in that, because that was my thoughts too. So if you have any thoughts about that, do ask me. But then we have a counter argument. I want to present you a counter argument that I may or may not get copyright strike for. Well, not striked, but claimed. What if AI bad?
See the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty
Why
of it all
why
is
this
when the
good?
sun comes shining through to make those rainbows.
They're
in my
singing
mind.
together.
I think of you sometime, and I wanna spend
If
some
AI
time
bad,
with you.
why this exists?
Just the
This
two
great.
of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of
This
us.
is the kind of AI content that I like. That one was really bad. They couldn't do that voice modulation at all. There you go. The AI bots are sus sometimes. They're just singing together. Look at them singing a little song. AI presidents. I am a fan. I'm a big fan of the AI presidents. Well, maybe not a big fan, but you know, I thought this was funny.
In the sky,
Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
I see the crystal.
Yep, thank you. Can you stop now? Be like, this funny. If AI bad, why this funny? I saw a review of a Thai martial arts movie with a female autistic protagonist, which is supposed to be quite good. All right. Are you gonna watch the movie as well? I also like watching just reviews, though. I don't know if that sounded like condescending or anything. I didn't mean it to. I'm like, okay, are you going to watch the movie? because usually I'm also a fan of just watching reviews and not actually the movie, because the review is shorter, you know. Movies take a lot of commitment, and sometimes you don't know what you're getting into. Most of the time, I guess, you don't know what you're getting into, and I don't know if I want to commit myself to something that I don't know is gonna be good. They probably do sing better than the real ones, though. I can imagine both Joe Biden and fucking Trump being completely tone deaf in real life. Garbage in, garbage out. And another one, Bebo, bias in, bias out. Oh, for AI? That makes a lot of sense. I can see that. That makes sense in the context of AI, for sure. So yeah, they sing together. I think AI is a tool for good because Joe Biden and Donald Trump sing together. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. And in the skits, Obama's always the straight man, Trump is the grumpy guy who insults everybody, and Biden is the wild card, as he should be. Dark Brandon, we know it's canon. We do know it's canon. Yeah, I'm thinking about watching it, but it's not being streamed for free right now. Well, there's ways, there's methods. AI used for memes, I think, is always ethical, because funny. It's just for funny stuff. It's not supposed to be like informing you about the world. It's not taking away jobs. It's not trying to pretend to be like artistic, creative masterpieces. It's memes and ha-has, and I think that's okay. Joe is an NPC, but sometimes he's funny in real life too. Yeah, he's not the worst, not the best. I saw the movie. It's like a female version of Tony Jaa movie. With the elephant. I have no idea about any of these, but hell yeah. You know, movie recommend. If you have the name, did you drop the name in there? If you can drop the title, that would be nice. The skit where Barack, Trump, and Biden argue about who's their favorite Niji girl is really funny. Oh, I didn't even see that. I saw them playing Valorant together, though, so that's okay. You have not seen the Accented Cinemas video. I have also not. Now... Oh, I didn't make this a checkpoint. I want to make this a checkpoint. Thank you very much. It's called Chocolate from 2008, I believe. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I will watch it. Who knows? It can go on the endless, ever-growing to-watch list that I'm never getting through. It's very reassuring. But sometimes I do randomly watch a random video or movie from the to-watch list, so... Who knows? Yeah, I saw him playing Minecraft with Obama. I definitely saw that as well. Pomo did a reaction? Aw, hell yeah. Sorry, so tired. Just gonna lurk in the shadow. No worries at all. Don't worry about it. Lurking in the shadows is absolutely supported and appreciated in this space. Thank you. Do we want to talk? Yes, we want to talk. We want to talk about the Ethan and XQC debate. I want to talk about the Ethan and XQC debate. The actual debate is not something we're gonna look at because that's very long. Ethan... Oh, guess who's gonna look at it, though? You also looked at it. But guess who's also gonna look at it? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's gonna be so long. Is he gonna look at the entire thing? Because I want to just show you how long the entire thing is gonna be. I want that debate review, though, because holy shit. This is 3 hours and 36 minutes long. I couldn't watch all of that if I tried. Not even, like... I mean, I could watch it, but I couldn't react to it because I would pass away in the middle. You know how long, like, a 10-minute video gets with me. This would be a 10-hour video, probably. I can't do that. Bosh, mention. You saw it here first. Woo! Man. Ethan is on a roll with the debates. Like, he really is. I'm, like, liking Ethan a lot more again. Yeah. Like, I had a phase where I watched Frenemies a lot, and I was, like, I guess a fan. I don't always call myself a fan of people that I watch just casually, but yeah, I was a bit of a fan, and then I kind of fell out of it again. Now I guess I'm falling back into watching Ethan more. Oh, I saw the thumbnail to this new rap video where it has Baldur's. Yep. and the lolly. I know what he might be covering, but that's not a good look. I also know what he might be covering, and I might want to watch that video because I think that is an equivalency that you cannot make at all. Which is very interesting. XQC was on an online chess tournament right before the debate. XQC is a funny little guy. XQC, I'm gonna talk about XQC a little bit too. We just have clips from the debate, which I think is much better for us to cover because then we don't have to watch a 3 hour and 30-minute video. You missed a little AI topic. It was very short. You wanted to preach in favor of our future AI overlords. Well, bummer. Maybe next time we will. I mean, tomorrow we're gonna speak with AI, so we can speak with AI about AI too. Ethan is much better these days. I agree. He's getting better every day. That's nice. Gonna work out. Have a good workout. What is this first clip? I did write something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, for the record, this is how it all started. XQC was the one who invited me to debate. Me being Ethan. Something we might want to keep in mind. Debate me, old guy. Sure. That's apparently how it started, this discussion. I feel like that's pretty good for context. Just saying, it wasn't Ethan who dragged XQC out into the ring to debate him. That's not what happened. Oh yeah, this one was an Austinox clip. At any time you hop on a Discord debate, it's only a matter of time before someone starts speaking like Sephiroth. Most of these are funny hahas. Not many of these are actual serious points, but I do have a little bit of a serious point in there as well. Straight to the point. Very much, very much. Am I gonna talk to the Supreme Comrade again tomorrow? Yeah, probably. I haven't really decided yet who we're all gonna talk to, but we'll see. We will definitely see. I think that's a waste of time. Call me annoying, but like climate change, trans rights, world peace, global ideological regression, loneliness epidemic, wages, unionization. There's a lot of things you could rather be talking about than, you know, online drama. I get that. I feel like sometimes you just kind of want to waste your time as well and want to seem like you're doing something that's important, I guess. It depends. Some people frame it as it being important, some people don't. Sometimes you just want to talk about stuff that's happening that has no like greater bearing on the greater world as well, yeah. All those things are things that you should actually be focusing on if you're trying to make a difference in the world. You should go out and organize your like locally, start locally and build your way up. Yeah, I do agree with that. But sometimes I also just want to look at drama. That's just the truth of it all.
Sometimes you send it like a tweet, and people still comment in the bottom and say
the Homelander BGM for his little for his little monologue.
There's still time to delete this. Listen, Ethan, there's still time to fucking end the call and you go about your day, okay? Before you say some really fucking dumb shit, okay? When you're out here saying, what is the matter that
Get to the fucking point,
Ethan, you know sometimes
the Homelander BGM just goes really hard for any sort of unhinged monologue that you could be going on. Also, I wanted to give my thoughts about XQC as a person in general. I think XQC looks like a scrunkly little guy. I think he's like, he looks like a little wet rat, but like in an attractive sort of way. But then he talks, and then, you know, then it doesn't really matter anymore because he has opinions, and that's kind of the problem of it all. If he talked a lot less, I think he would be a lot more attractive, but alas, you know how it is, men can never shut up. Can't have good things, because men cannot shut the fuck up. That's the description. Yeah, he's like an attractive, scrungly little rat that has been through the ringer a couple of times. That's what he looks like, okay? What can I say about that? Here's some concentrated debate content that I'm gonna cut off before the end because I wanted to show this video as well. I'm sub to XQC. With that said, man looks like a lanky goblin. He does. And that is not a bad thing. That is a compliment. That is a compliment. This is the best thing I can say about him. Fucking men, disgusting. He's a twink. He is. It's true. I was lost on a planet last time called Giga Prime. What did you do over there? I was cutting ingredients and I heard something. Yes, we were judging XQC on the most important matters. Like, is he cute? He would be. He could be if he didn't talk so much shit all the time. But alas, he does. This is a 4-minute TikTok. They just keep getting longer. I get my news from TikTok. Okay, I'll give that a little like. This is I feel like this clip very much encapsulates the entire debate as a whole. Have I seen the entire debate as a whole? No, I have not, but it touches on all the points, I think. You don't want to hear my thoughts on gender. Oh my god. It's trans rights, and then you go on and give me your thoughts on gender. It's trans rights and just refer to people with pronouns the way they want to be referred to. But I also think gender studies is a waste of a degree. I don't know what happens in gender studies. Okay, maybe I do want to hear your thoughts on gender. They're not that bad. I don't know what you do in gender studies. Seriously, no idea, haven't gone. I don't know if they do gender studies at like my university that I used to go to when I did. I'm a gender abolitionist technically, but for the time being, you know, trans rights, I agree with that, obviously, and use the pronouns that people want to be used. But in general, I think we should just get rid of the focusing on the concept of gender as much as we do. But yeah, men cannot shut up. True. So true. So true.
Percentage of people would you say you get permission from?
He's talking about permission to use the content that XQC re-uploads onto his YouTube channel.
Jordan, quite honestly, when it comes to small creators, I have never had any pushback. Right? So no victims in that case.
Okay.
Immediately, the way he phrases it, not great. Oh, they did. They had to fight for half of a year to keep gender studies, and as it is, it's incredibly important. It explores the history of gender and gender aspects of history. That sounds interesting. Yeah, like how gender has been seen throughout history. That does sound like an interesting degree, then. See, the more you know. The more you know. It's pretty interesting. Oh, wait, you're talking to somebody else. Okay, good. I'm trying to see which one is replying to which one, but yes.
Okay, that's perfect. Have you heard of a guy named Vince Vintage? You reacted to 2 of his videos. You remember this video? So would you consider this guy a small creator? He doesn't have a lot of subs.
Yes.
Okay, why didn't you ask him for permission?
I don't know. Did he complain? Because at this point, I don't know if I have a victim, right? I don't know. So I didn't do.
But also, I love how I'm just phasing out of this actual conversation. I think you should be able to get all the useless, in quotation marks, useless degrees that you want, because a lot of people just say that all of the not saying that you said that or anything, but a lot of people say that like all of the humanities are useless degrees because you cannot really find a traditional like, oh, if you study chemistry you become a chemist type job. It's not that easy to find a job that directly relates to your major, and then people like to write stuff off as being useless, but it's actually like that's why they're being studied in the universities, is because they are like interesting fields of study. You know what I mean? Okay, I explained that like ass, but you might know what I mean. Oh, a huge manatee. Yeah, exactly. I want to look at the huge manatee. We all should look at the huge manatee more. I remember gender study. Did you take any in UNIF of the Philippines before queer history and stuff? Focus was on domestic violence organized around women's rights. Ah, that's very interesting. Yeah, that sounds very interesting. It's like, you know, sociology. It's like a branch of that, kind of. I guess.
So you do. And what's funny is
not the vine boom sound effect. Please help. Manatees.
I literally just reached out to one random person from your recent reacts. Just one.
It was only one, for sure.
Yeah. No, I swear to God. And I said, hey, I'm just curious, did XQC get permission? And I'm going to read you the message he sent me. He said, really appreciate you reaching out, Ethan. I've never been contacted by XQC at all for any of my React videos. My personal take is this. I love big streamers watching, like XQC, Hassan, Mizkif, Moist Critical, watching my videos on their stream. It's a big...
The little cheer that he did. He's so silly. XQC could be such a silly, goofy little guy, but he just goes and does and say things. Bummer.
Ego boost, but...
Ethan looks quite old. Ethan is getting older. Now, if we're talking about attractiveness, if we're judging these two guys that are having a serious debate about what constitutes as content theft and what constitutes as copyright violations and whatnot, we should judge them by looks. Who is cuter, Ethan or XQC? I think Ethan is approaching DILF category, but I liked it better when his hair was a bit longer.
XQC does it, it's different. When he watches my video, he always re-uploads the whole thing on his YouTube channel with his insightful commentary as, wow, chat, isn't this crazy? Compared to when Hassan watched my stuff, he shouted me out, and he says he loves my stuff, and he sent a bunch of subscribers to my channel. A fair exchange. XQC, he really just steals my shit. Entertains his audience of hundreds of hours I put into my videos, while I get just a link in the YouTube description. The problem isn't the reacting, it's the re-uploading of my video with his face on the thumbnail, and I don't DMCA him because I don't want the Twitter drama.
Oh, he doesn't want the Twitter drama.
Wait, why?
Why did he say it like that was also my first reaction, which... Ethan goes to question, but he doesn't get a real answer out of that. What does XQC mean to imply by this? Of course he doesn't want the Twitter drama. You have like 1 million fucking fans and followers, like 10 times the amount that this person does, whoever he is. I forgot his name already. Sorry. Obviously he doesn't want to engage on Twitter with you. you're gonna steamroll him if you want to. He would have to face, like, potentially, he would have to face years of harassment by your fans if you decide that you are gonna be, like, making fun of him or clowning on him on Twitter. Yeah, obviously he doesn't want to. What the fuck? Why are you taking the piss out of that? Yeah, this guy on the top is XQC. Yes. The problem with social studies and the humanities, the huge humanities, is that it's hard to directly apply them to life. Yep, and that's and so they're very strange and seem useless to people not affected by the topics. Yeah, it's not as easy to see the direct application, but trying to understand, you know, society is actually pretty useful. Hassan also sometimes just checks out during reactions, so that is true. That is very true. This is also probably why Hassan went harder on defending what XQC was doing. At least I know that he did that partially. I didn't actually watch the whole part of it, so I don't know what exactly he said, but that's probably why he defends XQC's behavior in this sense too, because he does similar things, not quite to the level of XQC probably. Most of the time when he reacts, he has a bit more input to offer than XQC does, but sometimes he does get up and get his food and stuff, and that's just a product of streaming for 10 hours every day, I think. Like, if I were to have my streams be that long, I would probably also be a little bit less reactive at certain points, because, like, if you're live for that long, yeah, you're not gonna be able to sputter the entire, like, 100% of the time. Yes. Yeah, not nearly for that long, yeah. Definitely.
Well, hold on. This guy says you stole his shit. Why are you denigrating?
It's not a great standard. It's not like XQC is not like the standard that you should hold reaction streamers to. I agree.
I think you should take this seriously.
Well, because one
Привет. Look at you guys.
the paid actor, right? Which
Huh?
I think.
Fell.
Well, I mean, this is exactly. I mean,
I don't know why they put this filter in this TikTok. I don't know who made this
that's a paid
TikTok.
actor, 100%.
Wait, what?
But yeah, he's calling this guy a paid actor because Ethan reached out to somebody who's been affected by what XQC's been doing, and immediately his response is to go, "Oh yeah, that's a paid actor." The fuck? What the fuck?
What did you say?
Oh, it's a paid actor.
He's a paid actor.
That's okay. I'll bite. No problem. He would be a data outlier, and we can either recurve that, and I will de-damage him for every dollar that he has lost. I would be more than happy to give him 10 times 10x whatever damage
Okay,
was
good.
caused.
He'll reach out. It's not his job to come ask you for reparations for you stealing from.
Yeah, especially because the consequences might either be what XQC says here in this setting because Ethan brought it up and it made him look bad. But if he actually went to XQC, chances are like 50-50 if he would have been like, "Oh yeah, you have a point, here's like a money for you," or if he would have been like, "Hey, you bozo, this is nothing," you know? "Oh, you live, Darova! Hi, hello, Dima. You live. You're alive. You did not die." That's good to hear. I always like when people are alive. Yeah, if Kyle and Sam Cedar started streaming, they would expand their reach so much. Probably. I mean, a lot of people stream, right? And that's how they, like, a lot of big political commentators stream, and that's how they retain their big audiences. Yes. "Oh, no, Purple, no, don't die, no." Remembers organizing silly stuff like Universidad en Masa, University of the Masses, discussion groups here in the Philippines, since education is prized here as a value and learning in uni is just is considered a really great thing. Yeah, no, hell yeah. I think universities should be made available. I'm like a little bit 50-50. Am I 50-50? I think more like 60-40 on like universities' usefulness, I guess. I don't know. It depends. You need to find a university that works for you, I guess. And not everybody's going to be able to find that necessarily for them. And not university isn't for everybody either. It's not a fix-all situation. But it's great. Everybody should have the ability to go to university if they want to. That's a definite stance. There's no ifs or buts about that one. XQC, sure, give him 10 times the money he would have made, and do that with everyone you restream. Yeah, exactly. It's like he's saying this 100% just because Ethan brought it up in this situation. That's the only reason why he's saying this, obviously. If the guy approached him himself, probably wouldn't have said that.
Don't you understand that?
So what you're saying is that you went digging for victims that
I literally messaged one dude. The fact that you're using the same title and the same thumbnail is so parasitic, it's so shady, You are only doing that to siphon off views and confuse people.
Yeah, like this is a carbon copy of title and thumbnail. It's not like your version of the thing. It's just the thing, but you are also there.
There's no other reason for that. Why would you use the same exact title and the same exact thumbnail?
I mean, Ethan is somebody who is pro, like, reaction content, if we put this in quotation marks. Ethan won a big lawsuit about this whole reaction content stuff, so I think this coming from him is even more pertinent, right? Because Ethan is the one who also reacts to stuff and commentates on stuff, and he was involved in a huge lawsuit about what is transformative content, and he set a precedent for what meets the standard of being transformative content. So I feel like he really knows his shit when it comes to that, and XQC should really listen.
Explain that to me. Just answer that.
Oh, because I wanted to.
Why did you want to?
Oh, because I wanted to.
Why did you want to?
Because the thumbnail is good, and it gives the viewer what they want.
Right,
and,
which is the original video. They want the original video.
People would rather watch me full screen cam do the fucking worm
Do
than watch
that.
your prime,
Bro,
than watch your
do
prime
it for a
content.
week.
Oh yeah, the worm. I'm gonna transition out of this TikTok.
Do a week of
second.
no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, he's crying in the corner.
He literally did the worm. He did the worm. Yeah, he basically made reactions videos possible, you know? And if he tells you what you're doing is bad, then maybe you should listen, I don't know. What makes this all weirder is that XQC went out of his way to get blown the fuck out by Ethan. Right? He contacted him. It's a choice.
Watch me full screen cam do the fucking worm, then watch your
Do
prime,
that.
then watch
Bro,
your prime
do
content.
it for a week. Do a
the
week of
worm.
no reaction content and see how many fucking views
Here
you get.
we have a full screen, the worm.
Oh, he's crying in the corner. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least.
You like it?
Yes, do that, bro. Do it.
You like that, bitch?
People would.
The fuck is wrong with this dude? He could be like peak scrungly weirdo core, but then he fucks it up by dying on this hill and like arguing these bad fave arguments all the time. He could be such a scrungly weirdo. I could totally like a guy like this because he's so weird and off-putting. I like that, but he ruins it by talking too much. By the way, when people want to play video games on their channels, do they ask studios for permissions beforehand? Not people. Companies, yes, but not people. Not single people. Excuse. Doing the worm just makes me think he's a frustrated bottom. I mean, I thought he would at least do a breakdance move. Yeah, I thought also when they said doing the worm, that's like the breakdance move. That looks way better. Yeah, Japanese companies do that. I don't know how. I mean, there aren't as many streaming companies over in elsewhere, but in Japan they have to ask for permissions for their streamers, I suppose. Maybe it's good business practices, but independent streamers generally don't have to ask for permissions to play games. Nintendo's a bit iffy about it, as far as I know, but even they have not been cracking down on people as much. Like, people going somewhere as an influencer and wanting to pay with exposure through socials. You can't eat Instagram posts. It's very much like that when he just rebroadcasts the whole video and then re-uploads it as well. Yeah, it's a problem. And him doing the worm badly, by the way, that's not the worm that I was expecting. I was expecting a different worm too, but yet he gave us this. Very odd behavior. Thanks for showing us that. And afterwards, after this whole 3.5 hour long debate, he went to go to Destiny, which I found very funny. I didn't know they talked. First of all, I have never seen a Destiny clip well, that didn't include Wash before this one, so this was my first time being exposed to that personally. He goes to Destiny to ask how he did in the debate, and it's really funny, and I want to show you. It's a 4-minute clip. The game or the streamer? The streamer.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. The context given at the bottom that you can't really read is that XQC did some debate prep with Destiny and his community and then checked in after the debate to ask how he did. That is, I don't know, something about that is so, like, pathetic. Not to be mean. I guess it's mean. It's like in a charming way, it's pathetic. He did not. He did! He wanted like debate prep before his fucking Ethan debate from Destiny. And then he did like, I mean, you saw the clips. You saw his performance. You know it wasn't great. He did the worm. Stephen Kenneth Destiny, Bonnell the second.
How'd that go, like? Did you watch it or not?
I watched it, yeah.
How did I do? Tell me how, actually.
Sorry, spit loud.
Just don't straight up. If I did really bad, you just tell me. I don't care.
She's just like, he comes crawling after this miserable fucking debate performance. Like, so, how did I do? I swear to God, if his opinions weren't so shitty, he would be such a scrungly little, like, guy, you know? Just like one of those guys. But no. Should have prepped harder. Yeah, you think Destiny advised him to do the worm? I hope not.
I'm not trying to cash in a win or whatever, but yeah, go ahead.
I'd put it between, I'd give you a 2.5 on a 10 scale.
Okay.
2.5 out of 10. Not great.
Tell me why.
Okay.
Destiny 100% trolled XQC in his prep. I want to watch the prep too. I wonder how long they prepped. I want to see what they talked about in the prep because holy shit, this is so cute. It is! It kind of is cute. And I hate that because it shouldn't be that, should it? No?
Just a couple things, okay? So, one...
He's like, okay, give a review, please.
Okay, I think it would help to organize your thoughts before a debate, like do like a formal outline, because I think Ethan does that, and it helps him to...
Look at Destiny being
his
helpful.
thoughts straight, because you want to like rattle off a lot of different things, and it's tempting to go to a lot of different places. So that's one. And then two, I think you gotta bring the chill way up and the snark way down, because it seemed like you were getting like really mean really quickly.
But you told me this was about optics. Now, if it is all about worldview and morality, I had to just get him mad, and I got him mad. I don't know.
I don't think he was ever mad in that conversation. I think he.
I love how XQC just doesn't get it at all. He's like, I had to get him mad, and he was definitely mad. And Dustin's like, nah, I don't think he
Probably
was.
Feels pretty good about all of that.
I'm taking notes. I don't think I would be in that position, honestly. I don't think I would have to argue any point like that. Destiny is in dad mode. Yeah, 100%.
I don't think there's a singular creator that likes to be at their peak viewership and exit out of a convo room saying that he's balling out and he's happy. You don't believe that either. I think you're just kind of trolling.
Okay. Well, if you think I'm trolling, I won't give you any feedback at all. I know for a fact, 1,000,000,000%, we can come back in 2 years and revisit this, but he's absolutely not mad. That conversation probably went better than he could have ever expected it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he would be mad. It is cute. Maybe audience debate one day, but like, I don't think, I think I have... Somehow, I do think I have better debate skills than XQC, but despite having never done it ever once at all. I think XQC might just be projecting his own feelings here, perhaps, potentially.
You're crawling around like a worm on his screen while he was like getting you point after point after point after point after point.
Well, I'm garnering views and I'm fucking. I guess I'm stacking deals in cash when he's fucking mauling out there, man. It seems like I'm doing pretty good for myself, to be honest. I should have sprinkled some content. My bad. Next time I'm just gonna sit here and fucking wait till Ethan rolls out 1,000-word rant and have his wife come in and fucking support him as some fucking character, man. Pog. What was that?
He's so upset. Destiny's very manly for sure.
I don't get it.
Well, I think if the goal was to just make money or make content, I mean, you're always winning there, but I don't think that's what the debate is right? Just
he tried to make the money argument the whole time. That
no, I'm saying that if the goal is to see who has more money by the beginning and end of the debate, obviously you won that, right? But
then don't bring fucking antics and whatever, because I mean that's the only way I could get the point across that like. Yeah,
I think there are. I think there are strategies before doing the worm that we can employ to...
The projection, I know, right? XQC should have just become a rapper with how fast he can talk, yeah. When he's agitated, he would probably do rap. God, faster than Eminem, he could, maybe. But, like, he does a lot of uhs and ums and whatever those types of, like, vocal things are.
To get points across.
Vocal stims, maybe?
Okay, fair enough. I go ahead.
Vocal tics.
So, I'm supposed to not anger him and bring the sass way down.
Yeah, I think that like being more...
Bring the sass down, you sassy boy. Stop it.
Chill.
Cut
Unless
it out.
the other person is freaking out. I think that if you go like really hard, I think...
Yeah, you never look good. I mean, this is a basic like debate / even just conversation thing. If you're yelling and the other person isn't, the other person is going to look more reasonable no matter what your positions are. Literally, the other person could be 100% in the wrong, but if they're calm, relatively calm, and you're yelling and doing like a whole tantrum or whatever, you're gonna look like a lunatic. It doesn't even matter what you're saying at that point. So, you know, welcome back, Wolfie.
I think I think it looks a little bad optically.
The what? If I went too hard, you think?
Yeah, I think you went way over the top really quickly.
He's like, the what? Do you think I went too hard?
In terms of like,
I thought he went over the top like crazy. He kept not letting me talk, asking questions and then not letting me answer. He didn't want to bring up data. He bought out one video. He bought my video and watched the whole thing. But when it's time to play my video, he just kept pause, comment. I mean, this is not a fair representation. It's not how you conducted an argument.
Sure. I mean, I agree he was cutting you off a lot. That was true. And it was fair for you to bring that up, to ask to finish your point. That's true as well. But like, when it came to comparing the videos, what do you think his issue was with your video over his video of you?
The way he explains this, he's so patient. Holy shit.
Oh, because he has the impression that we're editing and we're cutting it, right? Except we're just pausing and it's spliced in.
Kind of. Well, his issue is that like, if you're going to evaluate whether a video is like a
I love this debrief talk that they're having. Just like generally the concept of before and after a debate going onto another stream that's also being live streamed to like an audience and like checking in with your coach is kind of like wholesome to me. I don't know.
Video. The whole video is pretty important to consider. So his issue is if you're just editing moments of silence in a video, that's not really what he's talking about. It's not necessarily the same thing as like, the overall video.
So the only reason why we brought these arguments is that I used his argument against him of the 40 seconds. He's just sitting there. 40 seconds. He's just sitting there, right? When in his videos, he does a lot of sitting there and 40 seconds, no talk, right?
Oh my god, imagine listening to somebody else speak for 40 seconds until you like speak yourself. Whoa. I would ask, why are you watching them? I don't get stream, but then I remember I'm watching Zecke myself, and damn, well, here we are. I find this very funny. It's like a nice little view behind the curtain, this specifically. This debrief Zecke has me drowning in surrealism. It's a lot, isn't it? Also, what the fuck is on screen? I don't know what's on screen at this moment. Wait half a year and XQC is the new rising star in political debate and commentary streaming. I don't think he's cut out for that necessarily. XQC is getting the love he did not receive from his dad, Wolfie. Yep, that's what we're looking at right now, apparently. I was wondering what happened to the stream. I'm wondering what happened with the game Destiny is playing in the background here, but you know, this is just one little like cope rant for XQC.
I'm flipping back the point on himself, and he had no argument. He had to retreat twice from both arguments. And when I was gonna go to the third one, he said, "Let's change topic." He did that both times. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Am I supposed to reel him back or start crying or do a tantrum?
Yeah, start crying. I think you could win a debate against me if you just started crying.
I don't know how to reel him back at that.
Because I would not be able to recover from that. I would find it too funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is the before video, apparently. You know, this is the advice before. I kind of want to check in on what advice he gave. Oh, wrong button. He gave beforehand. I'm interested in that. The general rule should be, if you can't say much about the content you're watching, then just don't watch it. That is very true as well. But also, XQC being like, oh, Ethan was quiet for 40 seconds with like the content that he was reacting to. Yeah, sometimes you gotta listen to a person for like 40 seconds before you can respond to them or respond to the idea that they have laid out publicly, because they're not talking directly to you because you're responding to the content. It's cute, it's kind of cute. I agree, it's kind of cute. Oh, it's Aliens Dark Descent or a different game? I don't know. TBH, throwing a worm in the debate is the closest thing you'll get to just crying. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Doing a worm in the middle of a debate is a tactic, a technique that we've never seen before. And maybe it'll be the new rising debate technique, you know? Like, maybe Vosh can implement this method in the future. Perhaps, potentially, the next time that the debate kind of gets, like, dull, maybe you can loosen it up a little bit by doing the worm. Maybe Vosh could do the actual worm and not the fucking... XQC did a really weird worm. It's not the breakdance worm. The actual worm is like stationary, but it flops way cooler. Doesn't really matter. Dami, I think, is just busy. I don't know. I mean, what happened to you, right? People get busy. People watch other stuff or like work more, I guess. I don't know. I don't keep close tabs on everyone. Some people I do. I'm joking. Some people I have tracking devices installed within their phones. Others I don't. You know, it's 50-50, honestly. True. Was XQC's worm good? No, not at all. It wasn't. It was weird. It was not the worm I expected to see in the slightest. Wait, I want to see what else I have on the schedule. Oh yeah, we had this. That's good. And then we could watch a rev video, and we want to talk about the Germany news. Yeah, I think we should keep moving on. The Ben Shapiro guide to winning a debate. 1. Talk really fast, obviously, and be kind of rambling, obviously. If that fails, call the most well-known conservative commentator from the UK a liberal nobody and run home. That's a good idea. Running away is good. You can also implement the I'm kind of tired, I'm EP technique. Like, I'm EP today. I must leave. I must exit. It was not a good worm. It certainly was not. Hello, Diction. How are you today? Are you feeling all right? Rev, yes, we might want to watch the Rev video because I think it could be very interesting. Perhaps, potentially, maybe. So, in Germany news, wait a minute, tracking? Is that a... Shh, Chris, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This 26-year-old AfD woman, so it's a great title for a person, states that she has 21 years of professional experience. Me at a job interview when I really want to get the job. Oh yeah, I also have 21 years of professional experience, for sure. Yeah, I do. Why are you looking at me like this? I'm 23, yes, so what? Okay, Cenat, we talked about the whole riot situation that was going on for like the first hour of stream, I think. If you want to zoom back into the VOD, you can do that. Yeah, he said he would give away a PS5, but you know, since she was 5 years old, she was in the profession, apparently. Apparently she was. With data on her CV, Marie-Therese Kaiser, what a name. AfD are professional 5-year-olds confirmed. I guess they are. No big shockers here. Caused frowns and critical questions at the AfD party conference, but that's not an accident. Also, I always love scrolling through like the little headlines. Okay. Yeah. Convicted of sedition. Obviously. If we're talking about a member of the AfD, who isn't convicted of sedition, right? How the fuck do you have 21 years in a profession when you're 26? Well, I don't know. Has she been working since she was 5? We'll see if she explains that. Frowning, clearing the throat, giggling. A candidate for the AfD list for the European elections amazed the more than 500 delegates on Friday evening with the information about her occupation because Marie-Therese Kaiser answered the mandatory question about the years of professional life outside of politics with 21 years, while Kaiser is only 26 years old. Maybe she's like a child actress or something. I don't know. The plenum reacted in surprise, and delegates asked twice at the microphone whether this information could be correct or whether Kaiser would not prefer to correct it. No, answered Kaiser. That's correct. I started modeling when I was 4. So she cites that as professional experience. She's like, yes, I was a model since I was 4 years old. Okay. Would you list it like that on a CV? I wonder. I guess you would list it like that on a CV. Maybe. Also, she goes on to say that she has worked in this Shark Tank for all of her life, which is the modeling industry. And she goes on to compare, well, the fashion industry, I suppose. And she goes on to say, and anyone who has worked in the fashion industry will see politics as a petting zoo. Like, basically, oh, this is easy peasy. Politics is not a problem for me at all, since I have worked in the fashion industry. That's kind of true, right? It is kind of true, but, like, okay. I don't know how pertinent that is for your political prowess. But is that the case? I don't know. In Germany, they don't have, like, child pageants, but, I mean, you do have children on posters for, advertisements sometimes. So it could be true. But, like, this statement, I don't know how truthful I would think that is. Also, I don't know how well modeling prepares you for the politics world, for the political world. She states on her website that she has worked for very different, well-known brands in the fashion industry. She doesn't mention names, though. And shouldn't you be able to check that? Who knows? Hey, Victor, I have 30 years of professional experience in linguistics since I spoke my first word when I was 3 years old. Real. Maybe they got isekai'd. Who knows? In the meantime, she can only do the job occasionally for political reasons in times of so-called cancel culture. What is she on about? What is she on about? Aus politischen Gründen in Zeiten der sogenannten Cancel Culture. Aha, okay, slay. Modeling is extremely cutthroat, as are pageantry and cheerleading. I do believe that. I do believe that it's like very, I mean, catty is a horrible term, very gendered too. It is a tough environment, but I don't know if you can do like a one-to-one comparison to politics necessarily. Not wanting to associate your brand with racist, fascist models is definitely cancel culture. Imagine you have like your fucking fashion brand and the main model is like an important figure of the fucking AfD. Instead of catwalks, Kaiser is now even more active in the AfD and in the party's extreme right-wing environment. Yep, she works in the office of Bernd Baumann, parliamentary director of the AfD in the Bundestag, and states on her website that she also works part-time for the educational policy spokesman for the AfD parliament. Group in the Saxon state parliament, Wolf Weigand. Oh no, not Saxony. Oh, Jesus. The cheerleaders from my school were really nice. Slay! Hell yeah. I don't know. Cheerleading, I feel like can be... I mean, the spaces can be nice, but generally I've heard very bad shit goes on in there too, doesn't it? Bernd Construction Man. I love Bernd Construction Man. I love our last names, they're great. She was apparently convicted of sedition, which is not good. And she's one of the hardliners of the party. In her 7-minute application speech in the exhibition hall in Magdeburg, she used keywords that not only the AfD, but also the right-wing extremist identitarian movement like to use, like... the complete abolition of nation-states, the fanatical persecution of utopian climate goals, gender ideology, early sexualization, and of course, the population exchange. Brother, these are all the symptoms of a malignant tumor that is spreading in this EU, she said. Oh my god, she truly is a hardliner, I see. Very, very, very hardline. Fucking whole... I need a minute to recover from that sentence. Alright. Oh yeah, by the way, what of the far-right monarchist group in Germany? Do you remember them? Oh yeah, that like with the weird prince guy who tried to do the thing. Oh, nothing in the news about them recently. I wonder what's going on with them right now. I see we're dealing with a Third Reich enthusiast here. Of course, in the AfD? Of course, Angie, of course. Population exchange? You mean just moving to another country? Yeah, of course. Because oh no, we're not allowed to be Germans in Germany anymore. It happens to me all the time. When I go out on the street, I die because I'm German in Germany. And obviously now with all of those bad foreigners who are in our country, we can't do that anymore. Somehow... it's really tough being a German in Germany. I face so many issues due to being German in Germany. What? In posts on social media, Kaiser celebrates Björn Höcke. There he is. The Thüringen AfD head of state, who according to the courts can be described as a fascist. Even by the court. With one of her posts, however, she went far beyond the goal. In the 2021 federal election campaign, she described Afghans as gang rapists. The District Court of Rothenburg, Lower Saxony, sentenced her in June for incitement to hatred. The penalty, 10 daily rates of 60 euros each? 10 times 6. So like, she had to pay 600 euros for that. That's all, I guess. Okay. Alright. I'm sure she suffers really badly from that. Yeah, the Reichsbürger, right? The evil foreigners cooking their evil kebabs. Oh no, no more kebabs. The verdict is not yet final. Okay. Well, I sure hope something else besides that would happen. 600 euros. Certainly a lot for her, huh? 10 daily rates. Why split it up like that? It's really odd. It's not even like it's daily, so why would you split it up like that? You could split it into 2 rates. The bank sometimes doesn't want you to transfer more than $500 a day, I guess. But I'm sure she doesn't have any problems with that, no? I want some evil kebabs. Looks like I'm evil too. I love evil kebabs. Despite radical tones, Kaiser did not make it onto the AfD list for the European elections on Saturday evening. Yeah, bet not. In a ballot with 8 competitors, she received just 15.8% approval, 80 votes, and thus missed entering the subsequent runoff. Well, I'm surprised by that. They don't want a child. Well, she's not that young, but she doesn't seem super duper professional. Hi, Aiden. Hello. Welcome. Sounds about right. I don't know, but I think it's usually Tagesitz. Yeah, I gotta ask someone with a Jura background. Yeah, right. Like I don't fucking know. It's like, why do you do it like that? I'm sure it has a reason. I don't know the reason. She paid less for crimes than I have to pay in taxes every year. Exactly. It's like, okay, she paid less for her fucking crime of sedition than I pay fucking health insurance in 3 months. Well, I mean, she paid the exact same amount than I... no, it's a bit less, actually. Yeah, that's a fucking... God, I hate this. I do hate this a lot. She paid less for her fucking crime than I pay in 3 months for my health insurance. Cool. Love that. You love to see it. Do we want to watch a ref video? I guess we do want to watch one of these good, horrible ref videos, yes. How does someone end up with views like this? I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, I have idea. Radicalization, right? Radicalization, fear-mongering, they do profit off of fear quite easily, and currently there's a lot to be afraid of. So they're on the rise again. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm hovering over here. We need to watch this newest video, don't we? We must. Look at that fucking thumbnail. From the thumbnail alone, I can already extrapolate what he's going to be saying. What type of, conflations he's going to make. What cringe takes are we going to hear today? We will see. It's already bad enough that rich people can pay to commit crimes, but paying peanuts for it is even more infuriating. It really is. $600 is a lot to, an average person, but not to a rich person. Not at all. Quick summary of today's discussion before we head into ref territory. For sure, obviously. Today we talked about some personal news and haha funnies, followed quickly by the Kai Cenat situation, which boiled down to, hey, don't gather huge groups of people in public spaces. It will end badly. We talked about AI being racist, ableist, sexist, etc., because yes, it is. It only amplifies biases, and biases tend to be all of the above. We talked about Ethan and XQC having a discussion where fucking XQC bombed dramatically and then went to crawl to Daddy Destiny to tell him what he did right or wrong, hoping to gain some approval, but just being shut down instead. Very sad. Then we talked about our AfD woman here, and now we're on to a ref video of our choice. Even if Zecke makes fun of him, he's funny. Maybe that's not his goal, but he is funny. It is true. There was this great image recently of funny and tries to be versus funny and doesn't try versus doesn't try to be funny, but is funny and doesn't try to be funny and isn't funny. It's like a little diagram where they put political commentators on there, right-wing political commentators specifically. And Ref falls in the same category that Jordan Peterson falls into. Doesn't want to be funny, but is very funny. Very sad. Anyway. Very, very, very sad. Plenty of news, plenty of drama. You know the deal. I can already tell you. I don't even need to watch this, and yet we will. You can see. This is he juxtaposes Brave, which I don't know if anybody is calling it that, but we'll get to that. He juxtaposes Brave with Degenerate, which yes. Baldur's Gate 3 includes, I can't hover over this because then the video previous. Baldur's Gate 3 includes a tender consensual romance with a bear versus an image that he picked where he doesn't describe it at all, which of course is meant to represent the lolly porn. I can't even talk. The lolly porn that he, jerks it to in his free time, presumably, allegedly. Meanwhile, the bear sex scene in the video game that everybody has been memeing. Because, spoiler alert, that's a guy. That's a human who can transform into a bear. That is not an actual bear. That is a man. Or, I think it's a man? I don't know. It's a person, either way. That's a person who is transformed into a bear versus a depiction of a child. And a person, a man, an adult, can consent and a child cannot consent. So we'll see what he has to say about this. For me, it's pretty black and white. Now, do I think we need to see a bear sex scene? No. But you can't argue consent. Because it's just a guy who transforms into a bear, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know what that's all about. I take that he thinks it's meant to be a serious thing when the game itself takes it as a joke. Yeah, that too. I don't think people are like, wow, it's so brave that they included the bear sex scene. I don't think they're gonna play. I didn't see the bear sex scene. I don't know how it plays out specifically, but I would be surprised if it's pornographic. I don't think it's, actually pornographic content. So we'll see.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here.
Damn, your mic has a lot of buzz in the background. I hope my mic doesn't have that much buzz in the background. Baldur's Gate is out, gamers. The important thing about the bear thing is that it isn't a fucking cub. Yeah.
So the big talk on social media right now is the release of Baldur's Gate 3. This is a game that's being talked about for a lot of different reasons, but one of the main reasons is the fact that it contains a very large volume of sexual themes within it. I wonder how true that is. Is it more than Dragon Age, or is it the same amount as Dragon Age? I don't know. I don't want to get you don't want to get into a fight with Rev. His fans are unhinged. They are, it's true, but I think I've already said enough, or rather too much, and I might as well say more, because if it hasn't happened so far, if it might happen at any point in time, basically. Welcome back, Type. Hello, welcome. Baldur's Gate has a lot of adult scenes, but there's a disclaimer at the start to censor nudity. I'm sure you can, choose it, right? I'm sure you can choose whether or not you want to see the nudity. Yeah. And this has also developed another conversation about the hypocrisy that takes place when it comes to the treatment of Japanese-style games and products, when it comes to fan service and how those are demonized, but when it comes to Western-style games, those same sexual themes are often praised. I don't think they're the same sexual themes. I think they're very, very different sexual themes. Extremely different sexual themes and very optional sexual themes. I'm 100% certain you don't have to fuck the bear. I don't need to have played the game to know that you don't have to fuck the bear. You certainly do. The game does not make you fuck the bear. Does the game, those games at the top, I don't know what those games are, but the example that you're bringing is does the game make you stare at girls' panties and boobs jiggling all over the place? Yeah, that is oftentimes a non-skippable part of the game that you have to look at. Do you have to fuck the bear? No. They're not just accepted, they are praised. And in this case, Baldur's Gate 3 features an immense amount of sexual themes, including full-on nudity and the option to have sex with a bear. Yes, not only is this... It's not a literal bear, but yes. I found out about the bear sex scene from this Face Connect meme someone sent me of Tenma, where she was with the guy, and Uruka was, the bear. That makes sense, yes. Especially when Baldur's Gate has freaking consenting adults. Yes, that as well. With those games that are being criticized, it's because of them. Oftentimes, it is because they are depicting minors, and I'm pretty sure neither the bear, who is a human, by the way, it's a human transmogrified, whatever the fucking spell is, into here beast form. What's it? Is it a druid? I don't know who the bear is, but I know the bear isn't just some random fucking animal from the forest. I know that. But it's being widely praised by journalists. The same Okay. It's too much text. I'm not gonna read all of that. What do they say? Hired an actor for the sex noises. I heard about that. Yeah, why not? I guess sex being an option in the video game is now suddenly you have a problem with that. It's an option. I'm pretty sure you can go through the whole game without fucking anything as well. Western journalists who normally demonize anime and Japanese style products. Again, this is a very wide sweeping accusation of what these people actually write about, but okay. I literally talked to a guy today who said that Nicopara is evil and plays modded fun Skyrim. So, well,
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't say that Nekopara is evil either. The bear's just a representation of bears in gay subculture. Now we're getting somewhere.
They are now coming on board with Baldur's Gate 3 to not only show for it, but praise it for all the sexual themes contained within it. So let's start with this example right here. So IGN came out with this. This is very clearly a paid actor situation. So they had a bunch of Twitch streamers come on. Obviously, they were paid to do this. And give their reaction to the character creation screen that features an option to see full-on nudity.
Like Cyberpunk.
Now, I'll state the obvious here. If this was a Japanese game, there is absolutely no chance this would be allowed on Steam, for example.
Would it, though? Would it? I mean, isn't there, like, porn games on Steam? Isn't there, like, a hentai section on Steam? Is it? Is it, though? Plenty of options for sex in God of War games. Nobody gets mad about those. There's, like, yeah, like, I don't think this is that much of an issue. Cyberpunk is on Steam. It's not a Japanese game, though, is it? But apparently, I don't think this would be an issue if this game was produced in Japan. It's just that the player character is of age is the thing, you know? He's just lying. There are literal porn games on the stream, yeah. There is literally an adult category, and many of those are from Japan. Like, literally not a point. Also, the thing is that these, like, it's not a child that we're looking at. Is that your problem?
Without being censored or just outright removed because of those sexual themes. But here...
Also, this is not... Full nudity is not a sexual theme, necessarily. A nude body is not inherently sexual. I will say that again, and I will say it as many times as I want to, no matter what type of, like, reactions that gets. There are fucking FKK beaches in East Germany, specifically, where you go full frontal, like, full nudity, and there's nothing there's not a less sexual place on the planet to be. If you've ever been to a fucking FKK beach, that is not sexy. That is not sexy at all. Just because there's nudity doesn't mean that that's sexual. That's just nudity. It's two different things. If they, like, bend over and moan, then it gets sexual. But if they just stand there, that's just a human body.
This is not only available on Steam, it's being marketed under this whole option here. This is...
But, like, Americans don't get that in general, but, you know, whatever. Americans.
One of their biggest selling points. All of their public...
Hell yeah, Caliban. Hell yeah.
Promotions of this game center around sexual themes, including this right here with a full-on nudity option. So the Twitch streamers go through the character creation screen, they do the no clothes option, and then they give a shocked soy face when they see that actual nudity comes up. Which, as a lot of people have pointed out, this is very bizarre because in order to get to that point, the first option on the game menu asks you if you want to show nudity or not. I mean...
Yeah, see, so it's optional. What are we mad about right now? I don't understand yet. First option is, like, do you want dick? Yeah, I'm sure the reaction of those streamers was pretty, like, exaggerated and kind of cringe and stuff, but, like, I don't understand why we're talking about this, honestly.
Here it is, right here. Show nudity, yes or no?
Oh, you know what we didn't do? What we should have done? Nope, not the fucking quality. Oh, enhanced bitrate for premium. Shut up. I don't have premium. Leave me alone. Here, talk a bit faster.
And then you have to continue. So any of those reactions are completely staged, but that's not really surprising. But the point of all that being, that is the marketing point for this game, is sex.
It's not the marketing. Do you know how long people have been talking about this game? This game has been out, like, way longer. It's been in, like, early access for forever. The game is not mainly marketing itself through the fucking penis that you can look at. That is nowhere near the truth. Just because in your little bubble they joke about that and they talk about the sexual aspects a lot, people talk about way more stuff than that when it comes to Baldur's Gate 3. Everybody has been talking about it for way longer too. Jesus Christ.
Actual themes that normally would get anime games or Japanese style games demonized for having even a sliver of that much sexual themes contained within them. But nonetheless, a lot of people have pointed out this hypocrisy, while other Twitter users have been trying their best to defend Baldur's Gate 3. Like this weirdo saying that the nudity in BG3 is different than anime-style games because when this weirdo looks at anime characters, he can't stop thinking about children.
Many of them are literally children in the text. Like, many of them are literally kids Like, literally, not even ambiguously. Just a lot of the time, it's high school students who are under the age of consent. What is the question about this? So this guy writes, anime ones are usually childish characters being sexualized. Oftentimes, this is true. Baldur's Gate 3 is just nudity. Like, especially the character creation is not even sexual. That's literally just nudity. And then somebody replies, hold on, let's not act like Baldur's Gate isn't guilty of bear sex. And that is, again, an adult who transforms into a bear.
Not really the defense or the argument they thought that was, but nonetheless, a lot of people started pointing out what we're going to talk about next, and that's the fact that BG3 features a sex scene with a bear. And of course, this guy makes himself the CEO of Banging Bears and tries his best to defend it, but nonetheless, let's look at the...
Like, Halsin is a druid, able to transform into a powerful bear. That's a guy, that's a man, that's a human who transformed into a bear.
The shocking twist in today's story. So GameSpot is out here with an article. Of course, the comments are turned off. But they come out here showing a guide and praising this sex scene you can have with a character in their...
Are they praising it? Where's the praise? Where's the praise? I can't see the praise.
Bear form. And we're not talking about furry stuff.
Nah. What nah?
We're talking about a straight up bear.
Yeah, it depends on the country when it comes to the age of consent, but like I feel like we should agree. We should be in agreement about, hey, if we're adults, having sex with people who are adults is better.
Like out of the wilderness. So this is something that they are praising and directing players on how to do. Now
where's the praise?
Shocking hypocrisy here is that if a anime style game had even the slightest bit of fan service, they would want it censored, and they would be demonizing it and calling it, degenerate or something like that. But here...
I mean, this is censored. You can just not do it. The thing with anime games that have, like, fan service that people criticize is the fact that people can't turn it off. It's just there. It's just part of the game. And this one, it's, possible. You don't have to do it. Bear is bear. Bear is bear. Well, but bear is
adult,
adult,
bear,
man.
It's kosher. It's all good to them. And they're openly showing people how to do this. And of course, the hypocrisy is obvious. And you have to look very far with GameSpot, because only a week ago, they made this article celebrating the censorship of Blue Protocol's Western release. And basically mocking anyone who's crying censorship. Well, it is censorship. Like I said, this is something we covered very recently. In that video...
I didn't watch that, I don't think. Or if I did, I forgot about it.
We went over some of the censorship changes that are coming to the Western release, which included removing the jiggle physics option, which, I don't know, to me, a jiggle physics option is a lot less degenerate than having sex with a bear, but that's just me. But also, in that same breath, players discovered undisclosed changes like the removal of the S body type option. And in the character creation, that was basically just a small body type option. And in the Western release, that body type is completely gone. Because apparently, being short is not marketable in the West. That's too shocking.
Yeah, you're conflating things, as you do. Also making fun of the guy who said as long as the bear consents is a self-report, that he doesn't know why animal sex is bad. True. Yeah. Kind of, isn't it? I understand it from a standpoint where you say, like, okay, a 1,000-year-old lolly vampire is bad, then bestiality with a bear, even if it's transformed into a human, is also bad. I also don't think that we should be, like, dying on the hill of, hell yeah, do a lot of, like, porn depicting the bear, and I kind of want to watch the scene to figure out if it's, like, played for laughs or if it's played for actual arousal. I would be surprised if this fucking bear sex encounter is, first of all, extremely graphic, second of all, meant to actually, like, arouse the player. I would like to know, but I don't think I will be watching this on stream. Now, I could censor it and look at it. Yeah. True. Vosh has more... other way around. Ref has more subs than fucking Vosh and Keffels combined. It's sad. It's kind of... It's a bit sad to me. Can I see that on YouTube? Do you think I can see that on YouTube? Bear... Baldur's Gate. Like, is the scene on YouTube? This video may be inappropriate for some users. I understand that. I will be muting this, and I will be looking at it. Okay, so he's still in, he's still in human form here and everything. I think so, okay. They're doing the thing. He's transforming, I think. Nope, not yet. They're still talking. God. Still talking. Is this not the actual scene? He's a bear now. He's a bear now. We've seen these, I mean, we've seen these images. There's nothing, I'm too afraid of like a penis showing up. He's going closer to the bear. Oh. Not safe for stream. Okay. Well, fine. Fuck. Then don't tell me then. I wanna know. I can't find it uncensored in the thing. I can't find it. I just wanna know what the scene actually entails. How hard can it be? I would like to know. For my argument, you know? Okay, fuck. This is gonna make my search history real good. Bear. Nope, not. I am still on the bear quest. I can't find it on YouTube. Can I not find, like, the video somewhere? Am I gonna have to, like, where am I gonna find the, like, full uncensored video? I just want to see the video to understand how much of it is actually shown. Because, you know, I would be surprised if that much of it is actually shown. But I don't know how to fucking find this video. No one will question my my search history. Uncensored. How the fuck do you spell uncensored? Me, who has never searched anything. There it is. I don't know. I have safe search on. Maybe that's why I can't find it here. Okay, wait a second. We'll go back to the ref video. And I will open a different browser. Bear sex scene won't get you what you're looking for. No, Baldur's Gate 3 is included in my search query. Don't worry. I'll open a browser where I don't have safe search on. A browser profile. Okay, again. We're going again. Baldur's Gate 3. Bear sex scene. Uncensored. I just want to know how bad this is, okay? Maybe like I don't want it explained. I want a video. Okay, yeah, I can see this. Is this the full thing? Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm trying my hardest to find this, okay? I'm really trying, but I don't know if I can find it. YouTube censors everything. Yeah, that's why I'm going like elsewhere. I'm going elsewhere right now. Good thing you can't see my screen right now, but no, these are just like not what I'm looking for. Okay, I can't find this fucking thing, I'm sorry. I'm afraid the amount of people Googling whether it's biologically possible for that scene to occur. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder who does what in that scene. But I cannot actually find the actual scene anywhere? No? Okay, fine. Fuck it. I give up. I've given up. I can't find the scene. I'm just gonna assume it's not, like, meant to titillate as much.
For the Western audience. But having sex with a bear? That's fine. But here's the thing, too, about the scene itself with the bear. Like, obviously, I'm not looking forward to that. I wouldn't want to participate in that. And that's just me. Like, I think it's just, like, a weird, silly
I mean, you don't have to, yeah.
Option if players want to do it. But that's exactly that. If players want to do it, it's optional, okay? And of course, while I think it's weird, I don't think it should be censored. And if you think that bear scene is acceptable and shouldn't be censored, then there's no way you should be censoring your typical fan service from Japanese and anime style games.
But then again, you know, again, going back to it, often fan service is pretty overt and not optional. If it's optional and it involves consenting adults, then I think it should be in the game. It should be allowed to be in the game, obviously. But if it's either non-optional, then I understand why there could be an argument made for censorship. Obviously, if the whole game is like that, then yeah, don't censor it. It's just that type of game, I suppose. But if it involves characters that are not able to consent, then I find there's grounds for censorship. There you go. It's not the same thing.
Yes. But nonetheless, let's move on to this here. So a lot of people are pointing out this blatant hypocrisy.
Imagine if Japanese games with anime graphics are doing this. If it's a Japanese game with anime graphics doing this, they'd be banned from all platforms. That's how double standard it is nowadays. West good, Japan bad, VS. It's not, I don't think anybody is making this argument. They aren't. It's just normal, like, this is realistic nudity. I don't think any anime game has ever tried to do that before. I think you could cover the Blue Protocol story and not the Baldur's Gate bear thing. Yeah, I think he did it before too. Like it just doesn't really have relation to each other, right? That's where he draws the line. That's where he draws it.
We all know that if this game was a Japanese game coming to Steam and Western releases, it would be censored. There's no way full nudity options would be allowed. There's no way this bear scene would be allowed. It's very glaringly obvious that there's something different.
Me just saying nothing. Like, the full frontal nudity is not a sexual thing, though. It's just nudity. By the way, all the instances of Japanese games being censored that I saw was because Sony was the publisher and they did some wacky, like, corporate decisions. Yeah, I don't even think, like, that's a level of decision-making that he's, like, criticizing that's happening on a corporate level. They are not doing this because of, like, people on Twitter complaining about it, I don't think, for the most part. Things that people on Twitter complain about don't always become reality, which is good, by the way.
Here about how this game is being treated versus your typical Japanese game. But there's another scene going around. It is very Bleach-worthy. It's a scene where basically you walk in on a wolf man banging an ogre.
Yeah, the sex scenes are happening in this
people are
game.
reacting to that by calling it...
If you don't say, hey, I don't want to see that.
Zany and goofy. And I have a theory behind that, but you can see the quote retweet saying, journalists will praise this content, but call us degenerates for enjoying anime or attractive fictional characters. And
that is not what they're calling you degenerates for. You can enjoy... These are also attractive fictional characters. What do you mean? Yeah, you can't... That is not what they're attacking you for. You're conflating what you're being attacked for here.
It's very
Again,
true.
As
I mean,
always.
you have that classic trope in anime where people walk in on two characters in a suggestive situation, and that theme, that trope, is demonized. People will call you a coomer and a loser for enjoying stuff like that. But here, it's totally fine. And my theory on this, that not only is it a Western release...
I mean, also, I don't think most people are getting off to this, but, you know.
But also the reason why people overlook this kind of thing is because the characters are ugly.
Amazon's the publisher, which is the same thing, like, because evil megacorp stuff.
They're not your typical beautiful-looking characters or anime-style characters. They're ugly. And for some reason, if a character is ugly or gross-looking... fan service is looked at completely differently. And by the way, there are plenty of people who will get off to looking at this, okay? So that's like the weird thing to me that...
I mean, but it's not like built for that, is it? Intention does matter. Intention does matter. And I think there's a lot to be said about, like, the juxtaposition between how we view beautiful and ugly characters and how they interact with each other, but I don't really see how that fits into his narrative a lot. Yeah, some games, they don't get approved by Steam, and later they get approved because of some, like, unknown reasons. It's all within the corporate world, right? Ugly Bastard manga is also a thing. That is also true. It's not like that's exempt from pornography either. But sometimes Steam approves scam games too. True, there are scam games on Steam. Literally, Steam should not be the highest standard to be held to. Sony does like censorship. In the game, Lisa is getting a console debut, and I think only the PS5 has censored game content. Yeah, Sony, certain companies like to censor stuff because they think it'll sell better. I mean, this is, like, there can be a wide variety of censorship in place in order to ensure sales. That's the main thing that they're looking for, right? It's not a moral question with companies. It never is. Companies don't give a single shit about morality. Otherwise, they wouldn't be mega million-dollar companies, obviously. They just do whatever they think is going to be best for their pocket.
Somehow the characters being ugly gets a different treatment when it comes to how someone views fan service.
Yeah, because it's the intention behind the character, probably.
But this whole thing, again, it's just so blatantly hypocritical. Yes. So some of the creators behind the game have come out and said that they hired voice actors simply to make sexy sounds for the game.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to do it, right?
If that was a Japanese game, an anime game, and this was the headline, everyone would be roasting it, saying, wow, that's the Coomer game. Oh, this is what incels want.
I mean, people are, like, taking the piss out of it a little bit. They are, like, towing the line between taking it seriously and taking the piss out of it. But I don't think if they made Baldur's Gate in Japan, like literally the same game, even in an anime art style, I don't think the reaction would be as starkly different as Rev says it would be, because there's a lot more to Baldur's Gate as a game than just the sex scenes. This is just what's currently being discussed because it's like a new edition for the release, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I mean, I literally do not know.
But with this game, widely accepted, and it's viewed as quirky and funny. And I think, you know, getting to the point here.
What point? will you be making with this one?
Okay, I think it's very obvious that the hypocritical treatment of Japanese games versus Western games is laden with xenophobia. There's really...
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it's xenophobia. I really don't think it is. Bro, he comes off like personally mad about it, but I don't understand it. There has been a moral shift, though. Yeah, there are some things that used to be like that used to do that the most insane corporate mechanics maniacs today wouldn't even think of doing. That's true. They do have to fall in line with morality as a broader sense, because otherwise people are going to be repulsed by what they're publishing. That is true. But they are not doing it for morality's sake.
Really no other way to explain the glaring difference in how these are treated both by your average Twitter user and the media as well. And I think it's captured by these interactions we're going to look at right now. So there was this innocent post by this Shrek account saying the Shrek poster comparison US versus Japan. There's barely any difference.
I mean, they did switch the focus. They switched the focus from Shrek quite heavily. I can see how you would be able to find something to criticize about this, I'm not gonna lie. My boys.
But then you have this quote retweet saying, Japan out here missing the point like it's an Olympic sport.
True. The whole point of Shrek is like that it's an unlikely hero, and because it's like a Disney, it's like a deconstruction of Disney stereotypes, and putting, like, this looks a lot more Disney than this does, you know what I mean? Like, it is missing the point of Shrek.
Okay, B-Bud, you're an artist. Please tell us what the difference, the points that we're all...
The point is that the Japanese poster is obscuring Shrek's face, which is he's an ugly ogre. He's putting Shrek in the flames so that you can't see what a fat, ugly ogre he is. And the whole point about Shrek is that the hero of the film is a fat, ugly ogre. What else do you want to hear?
Missing here is.
Do you not know what Shrek is about?
Let me just read this. It's quite the light novel. It says, honestly, I hate Japan. If nothing else, for the brain rot it's given...
It's a deconstruction of Disney, because this was people who left Disney, went to work on Shrek and basically riffed on everything that Disney stands for, right?
So many here. People out here like, oh yeah, I love stiff animation by underpaid slaved animators, the same tsundere girl archetype in every single goddamn show, and a lack of empathy towards others. I love overcomplicated bland designs, awful, awful, awful characters, and the...
Maybe he's censored so he doesn't trigger ugly bastard fetishes.
Right-wing morality of assigning everyone into very specific boxes and ranking their literal monetary worth and value as a human being because of things they never got to choose.
Yeah, I mean, this person is going off about Japanese work culture specifically. Saying, honestly, I hate Japan is not the best way of phrasing your argument, but Japanese culture, work culture specifically, not great. People, yeah, the people who work on anime literally suffer from burnout en masse. If you like Japanese people, Japanese culture, even like actual culture, then you should be in favor of these arguments because they're being treated like shit and exploited, obviously. Same here, but more so over there even. Yeah. It's like objectively right. It's literally true. They cut corners in order to maximize profits, and the best shows are sometimes produced under horrible working conditions. And that sucks. Same with fucking Into the Spider-Verse. The animators were suffering on or Across the Spider-Verse, the new one, right? Maybe both. They were suffering in order to make great art. And you can still appreciate the art and thank them for making it while calling out that the conditions are bad and they should be better.
The normalization of sexual harassment to the point where they're forced to segregate men and women on subways.
It's a problem. Japan has problems. The people who view Japan as like this perfect utopia, and if you ever criticize it, you're xenophobic. It doesn't even, it has no relation. If I criticize the government of America, am I Americanophobic?
The capitalist propaganda rampant in that country that every CEO in America is downright jealous of. I hate anyone who continues to glorify that country.
Yeah, and people do glorify Japan. It's like, well, everything's perfect in Japan, but actually Japan has shit tons of issues that people don't like to talk about because they glorify the country. It's literally true.
Yeah, I've seen anti-Japanese World War II propaganda that was less racist than this.
What? Oh my god, you're so funny. Rev is so funny. Oh my god, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Where the fuck? Where is this racist? Not, huh? Seriously? Are you seriously not joking? That is the biggest, like, missing of, like, you don't have reading comprehension at all. You can criticize the way that a country is run and not, like, hate every single person within the country. What the fuck is wrong with you? You are insane. We should hear about what they did in World War II. Yeah, like, what did you mean wait, what did you just say? Can we hear that again? 1 second.
In America is downright jealous of. I hate anyone who continues to glorify that country. Yeah, I've seen anti-Japanese World War II propaganda that was less racist than...
I mean, in World War II, they were pretty bad. Do you think Japan did nothing wrong in World War II? Like, I'm not saying you should drop atomic bombs on them. America, that was a wicked war crime, shouldn't have happened. But, like, do you think they were doing good stuff during World War II? What do you think Japan did during World War II?
This perfectly captures the attitudes of people when it comes to Japan.
So literally also, like, the fucking propaganda posters were less racist than this deconstruction of, like, fucking what was going on, what is currently going on in Japanese society and why that's bad. How is anything that was written here racist? Literally anything.
Japanese products versus Western products. It's just laden with xenophobia, and it's so normalized that people feel emboldened to just
You're
go
insane.
on a racist rant like this publicly.
You're insane. Like, the first 4 words were badly phrased, but the rest of it was pretty much true. You're an insane person.
After seeing a Shrek poster. That's how low things have gotten, but it's hardly surprising at this point. But yes, I know today was a loaded video with a lot to talk about, so please feel free to share all of your thoughts in the comments section down below.
Wow,
I appreciate you listening, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next time.
I did not, thank you. I hate everyone who glorifies the society. How can you be so racist, right? Like, this is a very, very valid critique about the things that Japan has problems with. And they are pointing out, B-Bud, this person is pointing out, that fucking everybody who's like a hyper weeb, like Rev is just talking about Japan as if it was this perfect utopia where there's nothing like the bad West does could ever affect Japan like that. Huh? The reach is insane. Did Ref ever mention you? No. No, you would know. I think you would know. If that ever happened, you would know. You would see it on Twitter or somewhere, I'm pretty sure. On Twitter or in the comment sections of YouTube posts. That last bit was a full, like, that last comment from him was full on schizo posting. He didn't, like, this person in the fucking Twitter thread didn't mention the Japanese race, or, like, Japanese people specifically at all. In the slightest. That was not even there. This Twitter thread is worse than fucking anti-Japan World War II era propaganda. Okay. Gee, you need a break, buddy. Like, it's funny, but it's also concerning. Like, at this point, I'm worried. Did you, like, recently hit your head on a table or something? Legitimately, go to a doctor. Did you check your pipes? This could be carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm almost not even joking anymore at this point. This could legitimately be like, your brain is deteriorating. You need to see a medical professional. I know you guys are in America, probably, I think. Are you American, Canadian? I don't know. But, like, please, even if it's expensive, please see a medical professional. I think something is seriously wrong with you. Honestly. What the fuck? This was all because of the Baldur's Gate 3 sex scenes too. Like, it spiraled and it got so much worse. It's insane. I would love to talk to Rev in a debate style setting, because I think that could be very fun for me, maybe, potentially. Like, I'm not good at it, but I think he would be somehow even worse at it. I've never done a debate, but I think I would still slay in that debate somehow, even with 0 experience. Yeah, that's interesting. It's very interesting. God, my head hurts. My head hurts now. Head hurty. He'd call you insane. I don't know if I could even talk to him, though. He would be the kind of person who would give you, like, the least productive debate ever. The debate you would have with Rev would be absolute nonsense. It would be one of those debates from Watch that I don't know if I can watch in every mental state, because it's just too dumb. It's too dumb to listen to sometimes. The bear really trolled him, yeah. I guess it did. If you compare it to China, any mention of China in a negative light tends to reflect negatively on any Chinese, so Asians. So there is a slight merit, but like only very slight. Yeah, I feel like with Japan, it's not even that intense. With China, I can see that as well. Sometimes people do extrapolate criticisms that they have of the country to the individual people, but I always think that that is bullshit. And in that statement itself, this person cannot be accused of doing that. What people do with this information, of course, could lead to a little bit of like a leap in logic there. It has before and it will again, but that's like a fringe group. Jesus. Lining up dominoes from bear sex scene in Baldur's Gate 3 for this is xenophobia. It's so interesting, the little like rides he takes us on. Oh, you're back to your original name. Hell yeah. I wondered earlier if we should go by Ian now, but let's go by Theo again then. Rev has said he hates debate and debate bros when Xander Hall called him out. Oh, so we're never gonna get the Rev debate? I'm not a debate bro by definition. I've never debated once in my life. So we could still do it. I can't be one if I haven't done it yet, just because I watch debates semi-frequently and think it would be cool to do some. Doesn't mean that I am a debate bro, because technically I haven't debated anybody yet, so... Anyway, Jesus Christ, thank God we wrapped that one up. I knew this was gonna be spicy, because the equivalency he made on the thumbnail was already something. But, oh boy, space is spicier than ever. My head hurty. Oh, my head hurty. Or no, my head hurty. Yeah, sometimes people make other people think bad of a country if we talk about China. Yeah, that too. And I mean, there's, oh my god, there's so much racism within, like, debate you. I'll debate you, Isaiah. What are we gonna debate on? There's a lot of racism within, like, you know, between fucking Japanese people and Koreans and Chinese people. They all hate each other. Europeans all hate each other too. European racism is a sport. It's an art form. Nobody could ever come close to how racist Europeans are. You know, we all have our different flavors to explore. Stream took too long. I wanted to wash my clothes. Now it started raining. Arnar, I'm sorry. It's raining here too. I mean, it got cloudy. It's not raining yet, but there we go. I would love to hear him debate Persona. It would probably be god awful. That would be interesting. I love debate. Debate's fun. Talking to people about differences is fun. I like that. I like airing out differences. I mean, that's why I'm doing this, right? So this was very good stream. Very good stream. Glad we did this stream. I mean, we always do, but we had a good lineup of content today. I think I can make a lot of videos out of this, which I am doing for the time that I'm gonna be away in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna be away for a week, so I'm gonna have a lot of videos lined up for you. If you were here for this stream, you might have a repeat, but it will be cut down into a more digestible format. So if you weren't here for parts of it, or you want to like refresh your memory, I also have some older stuff as well. It rained over the weekend where I am. Oh, Slay. Yeah, it's been raining non-stop. It has been raining non-stop here. Well, on and off, but on and off non-stop, though. You have a private playlist over 300 debates called Masterclasses in Debating. It's mostly Kyle and Vosh. But there are many others. That's fun. I am leaving. I'm heading out. Also, I'm just gonna be like... There's many people going on breaks this month. Yeah, I mean, my friends are meeting up, so... Of course, my friends are not gonna be there for you to watch their streams of. It's just 7 days. But yeah, I will be Guangzhou, and I don't think I'll be doing a stream from over there, because last time I did that and I brought my laptop and we just kind of like made the very chaotic stream, and that was very fun, but it wasn't like very high quality, was it? Hi, Bro Dragon, what's happening? I'm leaving. Hell yeah, fun, thank you. It's a debate practice with audience. Just call. I mean, Vosh used to do this, call-in debates, but I feel like for the most part we're pretty... I mean, you can practice debate without actually disagreeing with each other, so I guess you could just assume the role of somebody. Do a chess stream when you come back. I mean, I could. I need to think about what I want to do for the comeback. I'm pretty sure I already have most of August planned out of what I want to stream when-ish, approximately, but, you know. Hello and goodbye to Bro Dragon, because I'm gonna be leaving out. Nah, me debating with Zecke. Well, what am I saying? Fuck you mean, nah? What else am I supposed to say to that? Huh? Just fuck you mean nah. Copy pastas only. It would just devolve into copy pastas. I already know it. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. I think I do that wrong, by the way. I think I do the copy pasta wrong, but who cares, huh? Thanks for the stream, Zecke. I'll check out first. Thanks. Bye-bye. Lots of hearts to all. Yes. Yes, I'm doing the worm now, Zecke. You can't win the debate against me. True. Fuck, not the worm. I couldn't do the worm. I would have to do a whole animation for me to do the worm. And I can't do that. There's actually a hybrid chess/fighting game coming out soon. I'll miss you. I mean, I'm still gonna be here for now, though. The break is in 2 weeks. Yeah, a bit more than 2 weeks, actually. It's from the 25th to the 30th. 25th to 30th. Mark your calendars. I'll tell you about it often enough so you won't forget. But for now, I'm still here. Tomorrow, we're going to talk to AI. No idea what that's going to be like yet, but it's going to be funny. Hopefully. And I'll see you tomorrow. Breaks later. Later. Until then, see you around. Maybe I'll make a video before I go for the break as well, though. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Auf Wiedersehen. See you around. See you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice one. Have a good one. Bye-bye. I'm heading out. I'm running. I'm scuttling. I make these noises when I run, like Tenchi. Just a lot of scratching over the floor. That's not the floor, that's my table. Running away. Wow. Bye-bye. See you.